What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, I feel amazing. How are you?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Solid.
Doesn't sound as good as you.
Well, you know, I was bumping my music, man. I had my Stevie Wonder playing, man. I'm in a groove right now, man. I was even on the phone today taking care of business. Had like multiple business calls today, man. I felt like a whole adult out here today, man. I'm proud of myself, bro.
Good.
Yeah,
How was the
man.
weekend?
What was the weekend like? Oh, man. Weekend was actually a vibe, bro. I did absolutely nothing.
Good.
Yeah, I needed that, man. It felt good to just chill, man. Lil Man had his last baseball game on Thursday night. There was their
No
playoff.
travel ball.
No. So funny thing, man. When we first signed him up, it was an option for that. They called it like All Stars. Had no clue. We definitely didn't sign him up. So yeah. So season is over for him, but he had a blast, man. So it was like a good vibe Thursday night, and then from there, man, it was just smooth sailing all weekend, man. Just get a chance to literally kick back and do nothing. Caught up on some work stuff, got some clips cut up for the film session, so now I just got to actually sit down and record them. But that's a step in the right direction, though. So, you know,
People are waiting on that. Man. People are waiting on that Mitch action.
I know. See, this is my biggest hiccup with everything. And for those that remember how it used to be, it was a lot more frequent, a lot more Master Mo's film sessions. Then I showed you when the NFL started to alter the film on their Game Pass and how, yeah,
they did.
It's like all type of wacky. So what used to take like 10 minutes to do takes about 40 minutes to do, you know, until you get it all cut up. So, you know, but we did get that accomplished this weekend. So now all I have to do is just sit down and get to work. So yeah, man, it's a vibe, bro. Got me some fresh kicks that pulled up on me as well, man. So, you know, I'm in a good space right now.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
I just had the wedding, dude.
Oh yeah. Did she showed up? The lady showed up? The
Yeah.
guy showed up?
Good. Well, it's funny because they were both my good friends too.
So no one changed their mind though.
No one changed
That's
mine. It
positive,
was
right?
really
That's
good,
good.
but I'm still hurting right now a little bit because Sunday was supposed to be my recovery day,
and
we played golfing.
So you never recovered.
And we
then.
did the shot challenge.
You definitely didn't recover then.
Yeah.
Yeah. You went in.
It's taken a few days here, but I'm good though. I'm good ultimately. Yeah.
You look like a gamer. I'll tell you that, man.
Exactly.
The way you show up, man, no one shows up how you show up, baby.
Yeah,
I like that, man.
That's good. I'm glad you said that. Yeah,
You
I
know,
show up.
It's perspective. Just show up. First rule to getting better. Showing up, man.
Exactly.
I like it. And Rod Dollar just brought up also what I did this weekend. Got a chance to watch the boxing match.
Right.
Devin Haney versus Kambosos, man. That was a good one, man. Haney took him to school. It was bloody marvelous. Yeah, beat the Aussie in front of his home crowd, man. 40,000 sold out.
Is that who you projected?
That is when we were on the show. That's what we talked about. Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, so now he's the unified. He has all the belts, undisputed.
Oh, really?
Man. Yeah. Yep.
So is there a reason I haven't heard of him yet?
No, put it like this, man. With boxing, they're in that weird space of they're getting back to having more names more readily available. It was like the UFC, the reason why it was so many names because everybody was fighting everybody. So you would hear about a good guy fighting another good guy and the promotion was nuts. Whereas with boxing for a while, it was this, like I said, everybody trying to protect their record. So you're not going to hear about these bigger name guys outside of like a select few, your Bud Crawfords, your Errol Spence, your Charlo brothers, like a couple of those names. Canelo, obviously, right?
Well, Tyson Fury's the main one.
Because of what he had, him and Deontay Wilder, they really got that ball rolling, though, in terms of two dominant fighters, two at the top of their class actually getting in there together and then ultimately having the trilogy, you know? So that was why that really got boxing back on from my perspective. And now you're just starting to get more and more of good on good. The next one I'm waiting on is Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence. That's a fight that hopefully we get this year. And if we get that, think McGregor versus Khabib level of how big of a fight it was.
Oh, wow.
That's how this fight would be. Because beforehand, they've been under two different promotions. And for whatever reason, they were never going to get this fight done. But now that Bud is a free agent from a promotional standpoint, now it's looking like we're going to get that fight, man. So fingers crossed. If we get that fight, man, that's the one. Trust me, that's the one that will get you back.
That's the one I'm tuning into.
Yes, that's the one. Like I didn't recommend the Haney. I was like, yo, you could watch it, but that's not gonna move your needle like how that fight would move your needle, man.
Within the year, maybe?
I'm hoping. They finally both were on board saying that they want the fight. So we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we want to get these shout outs in.
Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. So let us know where you are tuning in from. We'll give you those big boy shout outs like we always do to start off the show. Yeah, man. Yeah, Rod Dollar, I'm with you, man. If we can get that Devin Haney versus Tank Tank Davis, man, that would be clean, man. Tank the big boy puncher. But Haney could box, man. He got that speed. That would be an interesting one, man. Definitely would.
We got some local people here. Steelers gang.
Let's get it.
Tuning in from the 724/412.
Hey, let's
Monessen,
go.
PA.
Let's get
On
it.
the map, Belle Vernon, PA.
Belle Vernon.
Can't forget Official Momentum.
No facts. You know, he always pulling up early and often. Salute, baby.
Coming from Moon Township, Allegheny County. Salute.
Let's go. Let's go.
Big shout out to him. Anjay Funderburg. 704 Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yo, you was like locked up right there, man. You are. Now that I see the name, though, I can't see that. That's a lot. Yeah.
Javon Kinley, the 412. Was good, boy. A lot of 412.
Hey, man, we toned up, man. We local. Let's get it, man. I like when we get that local feel, man. I like that.
Rod Dollars, 330, Youngstown, Ohio.
All right. Let me hop in here for a little bit, man.
Go
I
for
got
it.
Anthony Turman tuning in from Harrisburg, PA. Then we can't forget Ness Menez, Apoka, Florida. Not really sure where that is, but it sounds lovely. Let's see what else, man. Lifted once, always lifted, baby. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Tuning in from Sacktown. And we can't forget Jacob Malicio. Haha, said it right that time, didn't I? Yes, I did. Tuning in from the 919 North Carolina in the house, and he's always on that loud pack, spaced up, galaxy traveling the way that he is supposed to be. So we definitely appreciate you for that. And then, dude, Dabsworth, SoCal, baby, by way of the 814. I like it.
I got to say this one.
Uh-oh.
Brian Wilson says, what's up, fellas? 757, home of Iverson.
Let's go.
Vic.
AI. Yes, sir.
LT.
Legends.
Morning.
Legends.
Kirby.
Legends.
Slade.
Legends.
And many more.
Let's go.
He forgot
Stat-
someone, bro.
No.
That was
bro.
disrespectful.
No. Listen,
To say on your podcast,
bro.
not bring up Moats. I mean, come on.
But think about it. This is my podcast. I ain't tripping. You shouting my guys out on my job. Like, this is a vibe. I'm mad you ain't throwing LaShawn Merritt, though. Olympic gold medalist, 400-meter champion. Put some respect on that one, too, baby. Yeah.
We got I am Pat Frymouth. Says, I am here. UNC Rockingham.
I am here.
The 336.
Let's go.
I'll do a few more here. Ray Thomas, New Mexico, 575. Joey Jr., the 585. Home
What up,
of
Joe?
the Garbage Plat.
Oh, garbage plate. Probably Rochester.
Oh, okay.
Definitely talking from Rochester, yeah. That's the only place I know about the garbage plates. I don't know if anywhere else does them, but that's definitely a Rochester vibe.
Okay. Mike
Yeah.
Matizich. At work in the 201. Ridgeville Park, New Jersey. Let's go
go.
Steelers. What's up, Deke and Moats?
What it do, man? Hope you living your best life, baby. Yes, sir.
The Analyzer. Hit the like button on your way in here.
Fact. You know what? We usually don't say hit the like button at the beginning. We usually hit it in the middle or at the end. Yeah, hit the like button.
On your way in.
While you're on the way in. Do it on the front end. Don't wait to the back end. Do it up front.
Yeah.
Everybody likes to get paid up front.
All right, so we got Official Momentum with some super chats here.
Mm-hmm.
Says, what's good, Moats and Deke?
What it do?
Hashtag my Steelers stories. And then also says, Kenny Pickett and Mitch Titty.
Ooh,
Who you like?
Hold on. Say the names again. I ain't hear the names.
He said Kenny Pickett and Mitch Titty.
Ah, there we go. All right.
Who you like?
Well, I like Mitch's nickname a lot better. I'll throw that out there. I think it's a cool nickname. It's very clever. Play on the words. I like that right there. But for me, right now, I do like Mitch. I think that he's just the more seasoned, more comfortable quarterback. I think that Kenny has definitely been improving, though, throughout this process. Obviously, they'll be starting their last week of OTAs this week, tomorrow. So that'd be good to see those guys back out there, just continuing to see the progression. But to me, I like Mitch right now more than Kenny. Just because, like I said, the things that we've been talking about up here, the consistency, the maturity, he just looks like a guy who's been in the league and has done this before. Whereas Kenny, he's learning. It's still very new to him, but you can see the talent is there without a doubt. So either way, it's going to be good. But to me, I'm leaning Mitch right now.
I got to go Pickett. But
There it is.
yeah, but it's obviously a competition.
Yeah.
So you got to see who performs. All right. He also says, Rowan Atkinson is Zazu in the first Lion King.
Zazu. You don't know Zazu?
Dude, I mean, it's been a while.
Come on, bro. You know Zazu. What does that make me? Come on, man.
It's been a while.
Come on, man. You don't know Zazu?
I'm sorry, bro.
The little bird flying around. Yeah. You ain't feeling that? Come on, man.
Vaguely recognize him, maybe.
That's Mufasa's most trusted assistant, bro. Dude. He literally flies with Simba and Nala while they're going to an elephant graveyard.
Yeah,
You never
no.
seen Zazu go to the birdie boiler?
I probably did,
Come
just
on,
not on
man.
top of my mind right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, come on, man. You got to get with it, baby. You got to get
I
with it.
apologize for that.
It's all good. I don't even know why I felt so strong when you just said his name wrong. It just touched my heart the wrong way, man. But we good, man. We're good.
Zik Shazier, do you guys not talk before you're on air, or do you just ask each other how you're doing just for us?
Actually, it's a mix of both. Sometimes we're very talkative, but it's about work, business stuff. Other times we just vibing on listening to music. Sometimes it's like, yo, tell me everything. And then other times we're really genuinely, and I do this. This is like what I learned at broadcast boot camp through the NFL and stuff like that. All the like high ups. This is what they always say, that you don't want to have a ton of those conversations off air, because when you finally do have them on air, it removes that like authenticity feel to it. If me and him talk about some of the topics that we're going to talk about today before we get up here, I know for me, I've done it before and I feel real like almost like I'm regurgitating or trying to like copy it and say it the exact way that I talked to him about it. I have that same emotion. It feels more forced than when you just get up here and we're just like, yo, this is what we're talking about. I'm not going to talk to you about any of that until we're live. So then that way, if I'm laughing, it is a genuine laugh. If he's reacting, it's genuine. It's nothing forced. And I just think it makes it more authentic. So that's the long answer to that. So no, we really don't talk about a ton of stuff before we get up here.
Yeah, and if we are talking about stuff that you think would be beneficial for the chat or just the podcast in general, we'll say, well, hold on, before I get into that, let's get into it whenever we start bringing it up in the podcast.
Absolutely,
So,
man.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, so that's the vibe, man. So that's why I'm always genuinely like, yo, how are you, man? What's going on with you today? How was your weekend? It's like, yo, don't tell me that off air. Save it. Yeah.
Official momentum. My granddad's good friends are Marvin Lewis and family.
Oh, let's get it, man.
Pittsburgh connection there.
Shout out. Absolutely. I like that.
Marvin Lewis, hashtag my Steelers stories, maybe. But he also says that.
Say you for real?
No.
There's no way you're plugged into him as well, bro.
But he also does say hashtag my Steelers stories, hashtag PGA stories. So maybe those were supposed to be connected comments.
It might be, bro. It might be.
Yeah.
No, I like it though, man. Was that a sneeze?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Bless you. I didn't know if I was supposed to bless you or not right there.
No, yeah.
I ain't want to overstep my blessings. You know?
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know where that one's from? The bless you?
No, I don't.
I think back in the day, they thought
Jarvis Landry did it, huh? Yeah. He was walking around, him and Odell, and he's like, hey, bless you. It was like that, right? No?
I think it was way back, hundreds of years ago. People thought those that sneeze are trying to get rid of like evil spirits or something in them.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd say God bless you.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you got a little evil spirit you just got out, man? Is
No.
that what you're trying to tell me, man?
No, that's.
Are you telling me you've possessed this room? I need to go get the exorcist, the get a little smoke in here. Oh,
No, it's
Espiritu Santes, all that good stuff, man.
No, I think as time went on, we got more science behind
Because
why
I
people are
watched
sneezing.
all the Exorcist movies. I low key got you. All right, the power of Christ compels you.
No, yeah, I don't think sneezing has anything to do with it.
Okay. Well, if you ever want to try it, just let me know. Next time you talk about the power of Christ compels you. Come on, Timmy, don't do this to me, Timmy. Don't lie.
I've never seen that one.
Holy
Exorcist.
cow. It's all good.
That's not one I really want to see, to be honest.
Good. That could do you dirty. It's all right.
Yeah.
You don't need that in your life.
Worst
man.
ones I've seen are those recent A24 ones.
Oh, yeah.
Midsummer
yeah.
and
Midsummer's
Hereditary.
All right, though. Midsummer was all right.
Holy
I like
hell.
that. It was a vibe.
Hereditary.
Hereditary's twisted. That's very twisted, bro.
Those are the worst ones.
That is
I don't
very
think I've really
twisted.
seen horror movies since then.
Yeah. Midsummer is wild, though. Yeah. Well, I like it, though, bro. Alrighty. So, man, let's hop into this first one. You ready to hop into this first thing, man?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. All right.
We got a couple super chats if you want me to hit them real quick.
Well, you know what? You can hit them real quick. I'm ready when you are. Let's go.
Let's go. You do. Well, no. We'll start the first topic because we might be going down a rabbit hole. Maybe not. I don't know. Just start the first topic.
All right. Well, the first. All right, Deke. Shout out to Deke, man. But first topic, obviously, we are just discussing the Pro Bowl initially, man. A couple of things going on with it. First off, we know we got some modifications on the horizon potentially coming up with this Pro Bowl. And a couple of the modifications that they've proposed, one being that they just canceled the game altogether because the NFL and the Players Association have both agreed that, hey, man, the product is just abysmal. They are not happy with what it looks like. And obviously, the complaints from the fans has also gotten their attention as well. So the part of the proposal that they were considering was to remove the game altogether and more so just treat the Pro Bowl very similar to like the All-Pro. where it's like more of an honor, it's more of an accolade, but not actually going out there and having to play in the game. The other thing that they're considering is doing a 7-on-7, where you're taking all your skill position players and having those guys from the AFC and the NFC go out there. And I was thinking about both of these things, and I'm just like, okay. Then I also saw where they were talking about doing a skills challenge also being floated around. Of those three, though, I was like, man, part of me is digging the 7-on-7 because we know that's what everybody wants to see anyways, right? We want to see quarterbacks slinging that rock, receivers getting that threat. I know. But then at the same time, I don't like it because I'm like, man, you mean to tell me you're going to cut out TJ Watt and Aaron Donald? We won't get to see that?
Well, wouldn't it be fun if you threw him in at receiver or something?
It would be.
Have Aaron Donald play cornerback?
Low-key, like how you doing, Madden?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Like, seriously, man, yeah.
At the same time, here's my question to you. What's the difference between that and playing an actual Pro Bowl? Because you can still get jacked up in a 7-on-7.
I would definitely agree, man.
I don't know what the solution is. I sat on my couch long and hard today trying to figure this out, and I don't know if there is one. Because part of me still likes just the aspect of having a Pro Bowl because you have the Pro Bowl jerseys. You see the guys make the appearances. Even though I'm not watching the game, it's just more for, I think, a nostalgic element.
We used to. And that's the part that I think drives us to appreciate the Pro Bowl in itself and even respect those guys getting that nomination because we've seen how the games used to be. They used to be exciting.
I did used to watch it as a kid. I don't know if the kids these days are watching it all. I know I'm not.
Yeah,
but
I haven't probably watched it in the past, 7 to 9 years. I felt like that's when we started seeing this shift of, we're going to go ahead and just play touch. Hey, Mac Jones, we're going to let you run this ball right up the middle of the field and score, and then you do your gritty dance. Like that, I don't want to see that. I want to see people really getting hit, man.
Yeah, 7-on-7 I guess wouldn't be bad, especially if you have players playing in random positions all over the field. That could be really interesting.
That would. Kind of, because low-key.
I still don't know if I'm watching, though, to be honest.
But low-key, that concept kind of gives me the dodgeball vibes because, like, when we think about how the dodgeball works and why it's so entertaining, you're seeing these guys almost positionless and just competing against each other in a hodgepodge manner. Well, in a 7-on-7, if you're talking about guys playing different positions, you will kind of get that same vibe where it takes away the seriousness of it, but you're still going to enjoy watching it, but the injury risk is still there. One of the things that I was thinking in terms of what can make it better, what would be if you rose the money part, because a lot of these guys, you don't want to take the chance of injury for the compensation. Even though they've bumped it to now the winning players get 40K, I think it is, or 50K, most of them dudes, that's a pay cut for a game. Most Pro Bowl caliber players typically are in the $1 million range, million bare minimum and higher. Every once in a while, you'll get a guy that's on, a rookie deal or something like that, where he's, still getting 6 figures. And for him, it's like, okay, he might feel that bump, but for the majority of the guys in these games, they're losing money in a sense, playing in that, taking that risk. So I think if you bump the pay up, I think that part could help it. But the question is, where do you draw that line of what's enough to incentivize them, yet at the same time, you don't feel like you're overpaying for these players to play in this either? So that was one of the things that I thought of, because I know how we felt even when it came to the playoffs. And the biggest thing of why you turn a blind eye to the money in the playoffs as a player is for the opportunity to win a Lombardi, and you overlook it. For the Pro Bowl, you don't have that same incentive where it's, okay, I'll play for this and play hard, play my heart out because I know I got a chance to get that. You don't have that incentive. So that's the part where I'm just kind of like, how do you get that part in there?
Feels like to me, overpaying would be the side that you caution on, because you could get a better product. I mean, you just said $1 million per game. Can you do that? You pay the team that wins.
They could.
$1 million per player.
And
losing team gets $100K.
Or losing team gets $500,000 or $250,000. Like, however they want to do it.
I think it needs to be more drastic, so you really want to win, right?
Oh,
you get what I'm saying?
You're absolutely right.
Because at least $100K is then at least a bump up from the $40K.
Right, but you're like, bro, I want that $1 million. Yeah. Okay. That could...
NFL has the money. It's just, are they willing to do it?
Yeah, that's the real question. Are they willing to do it?
That might be the answer right there.
To me, and this is me solely speaking as a former player, that would make me like. And when I say me, not in the literal sense, because obviously literal sense of me, well, it depends when I would have got that nod. If I would have got that Pro Bowl nod early on before I had the nice contract, man, I'm going to play my heart out regardless because that'll be my first experience. But when you talk about the back end where I'm making, $7 a year, it's like, man, I would not have wanted to take that risk either. And that was one of my big arguments when it came to the playoffs. And it was just like, yo, this is stupid. We're taking the same risk for less money. So with the Pro Bowl, I think when you're talking about that $1 million threshold, that gets guys' attention.
At least it would get people out there.
Yeah. Or even
they wouldn't be sitting as much, and then it might have that NBA All-Star Game effect.
Yeah.
Maybe the first half's a little not as competitive, but then second half, you're like, we're out here anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
$1 million is on the line. Why not try a little bit harder?
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, man, I'm sure if we go through and just look, okay, let's go down the contracts and say, all right, who's the highest paid player per game basis?
Pro Bowlers that are rookies and stuff that don't have those big contracts too.
So, but think about it this way, right? For all the quarterbacks that play, we know quarterbacks have the highest salary, highest per game check in the league. So AFC, NFC, whoever is the highest paid player on a per game basis, whatever that amount is, why don't we make that the number that you're going to pay all these players? So say if it was Patrick Mahomes and he low-key might be clearing 7 figures per game. I feel like he definitely does. He's got to be in that conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because he's
probably $2 million.
40. Yeah, because he gets 40 a year, 40 plus.
Yeah,
so he's $2 million a year. So that's even over it. So you put it at that. Well, then I'll probably talk it down to 1 then, because I was thinking to myself, like, does he get $1 million per game? But yeah, he's getting close to 2 per game, probably a little bit more than that. So if you don't want to do 2 for each player, you could do $1 million. Or if you say, hey, we'll pay him $500,000. But it has to be something for a 1 game, 1-off, where it's going to open these guys' eyes and make them say, you know what? Yes, I'm going to play. And especially if I win, I get that much. And if I lose, I'll take the 100. The 100 is still nice, but that $500,000 or that $1 million to play in that game, and I think you would get a lot more effort from it.
Does endorsements off the field have any effect on that, or just tenure in the league, or how much? Like, let's just use Aaron Donald or Patrick Mahomes, for example. Do you think that has any effect on them deciding, I could go without this? Or is it just the thought of, hey, I'm playing a game for like 3 hours, I'm getting $1 million?
I think it depends.
That's pretty nice.
I think it depends, man. When you're talking Donald, when you're talking Mahomes, obviously their money is in a different stratosphere. So sure, you might lose that top percent, like the crazy money guys. But
I don't think some of these guys are sitting out. Like, I don't remember Mahomes sitting out, right?
Yeah, so I'm like, if they're
more Rodgers.
Right. And Brady too, yeah. But to me, it's like, man, if you're going to get that type of money for this type of game, I do think you would get way more guys showing a lot more effort into getting back to what we truly wanted to be. But this really depends on if the NFL wants to spend to make the game better like that. They tried it initially with the little 20,000, 40,000, but that's not enough. To me, that's not enough, man.
No, definitely not. Not for the rookies either.
Yeah.
Because even though they don't have the contracts, they do have those endorsement deals off the field.
Man.
And why risk the injury?
Yeah.
When you're probably due for a big contract coming up for some of the younger guys, especially if you made a pro. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have some type of contract talks coming up within a year or two. So why have injuries potentially be a part of that and lower your big contract number that you're due?
Yeah. Now, Rod Dollar, he brought up a big man tug of war, O-line, D-line. Would you watch that?
No. No.
So you'll watch the 7-on-7.
I don't think I'd watch that.
Would you watch the full game though? If they were,
I don't know if I'd watch that.
What if they were going to play hard? If they were going to play hard, would you watch the game? Not the 7-on-7. Would you watch actual game again? If they were going to play hard
for the mill, maybe it's one of those things you tune in for the second half if you're seeing online that it's close or something.
What if you see it like, all right, the game just started, you see somebody just get smashed early in the game?
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely going to get a lot better highlights, I think. I don't know if I'm tuning in still, though.
See, I think I would if I knew for a fact they were going to be playing crazy. And we had guys. Like if TJ's playing in it or Deontay or Najee or one of our guys, and I know it's going to be heightened, I would definitely watch it there.
Sure. And do they have Pro Bowl MVP awards?
Yeah, they do.
They do.
Lorenzo Alexander, the outside linebacker from Buffalo a couple years ago, he won it his first ever Pro Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't really remember that. I mean, you actually remember some of the NBA All-Star MVPs a little bit sometimes. Even though that game isn't like that amazing for being an all-star game, but still, you still remember some of those performances.
Well, they finally got those games being more competitive.
That's
now
what I'm saying. If they
went bad for a little while,
they have the Pro Bowl MVP, and the competitiveness is going to go up. You're right. If there's a Steeler, I would like to see if maybe one of those guys win the award.
Low key, I feel like the NBA. I know they put the rule where it's like the 24 point first 24, whatever, the Kobe rule to end it. But I want to say they bumped up their money as well. Theirs might be $1 million to the winning team, low key. Yeah, because they definitely, I remember like that being like the big thing probably like 2 years ago. Yeah, because Kobe's been dead now for, 2 years? Going on 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, so whenever he passed, that was when they first made that shift. And that was like the whole, oh man, it's the new rules and new money involved with it. And it definitely worked out for them, man.
Yeah. It's crazy to even talk about the thought of like 3 hours of work playing a game of football, and we still don't even know if the players would be cool with $1 million.
Yeah, it's nuts, bro.
But it's all relative because it's on markets and all that type of stuff. That's a deeper like business conversation, but it's funny. I mean, it's just the perspective, right?
It's craziness, bro. It's crazy. Now, let me see. I'm gonna try to not butcher your name. Bike and Baller 3 with a ton of eyes. He says, what about a flag football or Madden tournament, something like that? Now I know they did
that
the
Madden
tournament
thing does
before.
not work. No.
Yeah, they did that
Hell
before.
No.
That was it wasn't Kyler Murray. I know Marshawn was up there.
Tyreek might have been doing it.
Yeah, it that definitely didn't move my needle like that either.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's terrible.
Yeah. What about the flag game though?
No, isn't that the same thing as we're talking about 7-on-7? Wouldn't it be flag? You're saying 7-on-7 would be tackle.
Well,
I assumed whenever you said that, I thought it was going to be flag football.
You could do it in tackle. I think it would be very difficult in tackle, though. But you could, because I know we practice, we thud in 7-on-7, which is essentially we're hitting, but I'm not going to take you to the ground. But everything else I'm doing full speed. Like I'm going to line you up, I'm going to coil these hips, and I'm going to fire on you. I'm just not going to tackle you to the ground. That's thud. But man. Yeah, you probably want to go. That would make it very challenging, though, for the defense. I will say that.
What, flag football?
No, tackle in 7-on, because just the space. That's a lot of space when you don't have like a D line to cloud it up a little bit. But nah, man, it could definitely work, man.
Sounds like 7-on-7 has a lot to do with pride.
Yeah.
So that would be maybe a little bit more incentive to play better.
Who has the best?
But I don't know though. You see in the Pro Bowl, it doesn't seem like anyone cared about tackling Mac Jones. So
he literally just scampered up the middle.
Yeah. But maybe it's different when it's 7-on-7 because, like, you got 7 now. It's like you know who you could blame. You know who you could point to.
And we can see you clearly.
Can you condense the field maybe with those?
Well, it's like in football now with like the high school recruitment and stuff like that going into college. 7-on-7 is like a major component to that. And yeah, they do these 7-on-7 leagues like specifically for the summer, so scouts can go see these guys, and they do use a condensed field sometimes and stuff like that. So yeah, they'll have like different headgear, all type of stuff. Yeah, so you could make it work. I've definitely seen it, man. You could definitely make it work.
Still the injury risk.
Yeah, that doesn't
because I don't think the physicality from the Pro Bowl is necessarily the injury risk anyone's concerned about anyway. It's the ACL,
that ACL, that Achilles,
and you can still do that in this.
Yeah.
You can still do that from playing basketball in the off season, doing whatever, right?
You mess that knee up. Oh man, but that is the part where I say if the money is right, guys will take that chance a little bit more. But the money has to be worth it. If you're blowing out a knee, blowing out an Achilles for $40K, you sick. If you blow it for, $500,000 or a ticket, a whole $1 million, you're like, you know what, bro? It was worth it. You were very expensive, but thank you. Every time I look at my left knee when I left Arizona, I think about what I got paid, with that contract, and I'd be like, you know what, Mr. Knee? You all right. Man, that MCL ain't that bad. I ain't needed that much. That money feel a little better than the MCL right now. So, yeah. And
I think there is something, too, for the players having a really good season and celebrating it and being all together, right?
Absolutely.
Being
the camaraderie,
at the place, right? There's something to that as well.
No, without a doubt, man.
Like you don't necessarily want to put that all aside. I think that could be an incentive in and of itself, and that's already what we have. But that plus increasing the money, who knows?
The money always is the kicker to me, man.
$1 million. It's got to be $1 million.
Think about how they cleaned up some of the violent hits. What did they do? They started touching that pocket. Fines started increasing, and what did we start to see? Less and less of those like vintage hits, the Debo hits, the Ryan Clark hits. We start seeing less and less of that Because they start to find guys more and more. To get these guys' attention, it's money related, baby. You tap that pocket or you put more in that pocket, and that's going to either make them smile or make them frown. But that is the one constant that I've seen, at least.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Great idea.
I like it, man. It's pretty smooth, bro.
Because for me, it was either that or my other thought was just cancel it. And you're right. Just make it like the All-Pros. Just make it an awards night. Well, it already is when they announce the Pro Bowl rosters.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about that for the next couple of days. So you just do that and don't have a game. That's all.
Yeah.
And then do the All-Pros again when the NFL honors come around.
Now, the analyzer, he also brought up this. He says, what if we did it kind of like in the NBA? You know how they have like rising stars? Where it's like only for those first and second year or first through 3 year players or whatever. What if it was a concept like that where you have your rookie class of Pro Bowlers, however you divvy that up? If you say, hey, you know what, we're gonna, even if you don't call them Pro Bowlers, even if you call them rising stars, because in the All-Star game it's like you have NBA All-Stars and you have like the rising stars versus like the sophomores or whatever.
Yeah,
you could also do something like that, based on what the analyzer is recommending, where you have all your year 2 top players in the league versus all your rookie top players in the league. So imagine like you're looking at Najee, Pat, Jamar Chase teaming up all together to face who's in this year's class. Dagon, oh my goodness, Kenny, Malik, all those guys, man. Yeah, Sauce Gardner. Yeah, that might work.
Sounds great in theory. It's just, are they motivated to play?
That's always the kicker. But maybe because they're young, you catch them before they start to get the craze. Because even the number 1 picks now, the money is dope for, the top 5, top 10 picks. But after that, that money isn't as crazy anymore.
Yeah, they got the endorsements. Yeah. But if you do $1 million, so that's the game then? Or is that a prerequisite to the Pro Bowl?
I don't know. We can go either way with that thing. You could make that the game.
That's a good idea. I like that theory.
I like that too. I think, and it's exciting. Like, I definitely
because those are the players a ton of the kids like too.
Yes, because they're new, they're young. Yeah, they're fresh out of college. We got a chance to see them. We clearly like them enough that they've been to a Pro Bowl or in consideration for that. So yeah, man,
that's not a terrible idea.
That low key, the analyzer, that might be all right. I kind of like that right there, man.
Something to throw out there, but I think at the end of the day, the consistent theme through all this is just raise the pay. At least try that.
Got to raise the pay
to increase incentive to play a little bit harder, make the game more exciting.
Because I'm like, with baseball, they're able to impact home field for this.
I don't even know if that's the best idea, but
I mean, but it was something. I'm like, we can't even do that because just like I don't see how that's gonna work. Yeah, it's just too much logistics that goes into like football. I mean, we don't do the back and forth, so it's like, nah, we got to know this location ahead of time. Yeah.
Something about, Pirates are actually kind of on a streak right now. They're not playing too bad. Come on now. 24-28. We caught up a bunch of these young guys. Yeah. Swept the Dodgers. But something doesn't feel right about potentially someone on the Pirates or a non-contending team in an all-star game determining the fate for another team making the World Series, whether you have home or away, in one single game. Maybe one single at bat.
I know.
Something that doesn't sit right.
But that's for your conference. You're doing it for the pride of your conference.
Sure. It doesn't matter to me because Pirates haven't been sniffing that these last 10 years.
But I know the feeling that I was watching Adam Frazier last year, and I remember watching him, and I'm like, yo, we know we're about to trade him. What if he balls out for us, and then he gets traded, you know what I mean, across conference, and now we over here like, man, this team will probably be pissed off right now if they lose the home field because of this player right here, and then he's not even in this conference anymore. He's over there. Like, that would suck. Yeah.
Exactly.
I could definitely see that, bro. 1,000. I could totally.
Okay. We gave some good options, I think. Those are some of the better options than what else I'm seeing out on the internet, at least.
I think the NFL should hire us, man. We got some good brainstorming over here, bro.
Pro Bowl advisors.
Come on, man. We research and then we group think, and then this is what we come up with. This is a recipe for success. This is the story of my life right here, man.
This is at least the starting point.
Yes.
Increase the money, and then if that's not working in the next 5 years, just kind of see what the sample size is. Yeah. Then maybe you scrap it.
Fair enough.
Or you try the rookie-sophomore game.
I want to know why they haven't thought of either of those options, though. Increasing the money or a rookie-sophomore game.
They probably don't want to pay him $1 million a game.
But they ain't got... You right. As much as I like to be naive, see, this is why I get naive, Deke. In my mind, I'm always like, oh, the NFL will pay. They'll pay. They got plenty of money. And I'm like, the NFL is actually at times very stingy. They do not want to pay. They want to take all of it.
Unless they could see the direct profits from paying the million, then it's probably just more beneficial for them to scrap the game.
They would much rather say, hey, what if we give you $100,000 for the winning team first off? They'd rather try that than jump out the gate with the mill. That's just how they work.
Could be something in the CBA agreement that affects this at all?
No, nothing like concrete like that. No, because this is still viewed as like bonus content, bonus elements in terms of the pay. So there's really not a lot of structure behind it. Very similar to the playoffs.
So that's players don't have to go at all.
Correct. Yeah, because your contract is only for 17 weeks, or now it's 18 weeks because it's 17 games plus the bye. So your contract is only for 18 games or whatever of when you're getting paid. That's why playoffs, the pay is such light, because that's all considered bonus pay. But it's not a bonus when you taking the exact same risk. You got the exact same schedule, the exact same consequences in terms of if you miss a day, you're late, or anything along that, you can still be fined the same way as your regular season. But the pay at times, I know for me, it got to the point where I was probably getting 10% of like a game check to go play in a playoff game. And when you think about that in just context, think about what everybody makes, and you say, okay, do the exact same work. Stakes are even higher, more eyes on it, more viewership, and we're going to pay you just 10% of what you would normally make. That's what goes on. So when you're talking about Pro Bowl, and it's a similar concept, it's hard to make a dude want to take that risk. It's hard to make a guy really want to compete like that when it's like, bro, I'm losing money in a sense. Like, that's what it feels like, even though they swing it as, oh, this is bonus money because you technically wouldn't be making this. It just doesn't come off that way.
I'm just throwing this out there. I don't know if you've had this perspective with it, but you probably can view it as those playoff games are a reason you're getting paid that money in those 18 weeks.
To an extent.
Right, because, I mean, that's a big part of it. The storylines, playoffs, who wins the Super Bowl.
But
that's what people get excited
though,
for.
In terms of revenue, regular season revenue is not hurting at all. So it's like, the revenue from the regular season pot is still astronomical. We know the
Super Bowl. You're not getting any money from the playoffs, say going into next year.
That's a separate deal. No, that's just for the team, and the team decides when to pay you. That's why if you get the bye week, you don't get paid on the bye week. Even though the NFL still gonna make money, all the games going on wildcard week, and the players that are on bye weeks, 1 seed and stuff like that, they don't even get paid. It's craziness, bro. That's a different conversation.
Yeah. Well, what do we got next here, then?
Well, next up, man. Hold on. I'm getting Dylan first. Give me a little news. Dylan Smith, he says, wifey is 37 weeks pregnant. 2, she will be having a new member of Still a Nation joining the family anytime now. So, with that being said, Dylan, man, congrats to you and the wifey, man. Hopefully, everything goes smooth and that baby will drop during a show. So we can, have that celebratory, hey, Mazel Tov and all that good stuff, all right? But yeah, man, definitely let wifey know we thinking of her as well, man, this time. But that's pretty dope, bro. That's pretty dope, man. Yeah. So now we're going to go talk about this, one of my friends talking about one of my other friends at a position that I'm very familiar with. Okay. That's what we're going to go with. That's all right with you, man? That's what we got to talk about. Robert Spillane, a very prominent member of the Pittsburgh Steelers family, stated earlier, a couple days ago, that he felt Robert Spillane was the Steelers' best linebacker. Inside linebacker, let me clarify that. Said that essentially Devin Bush lost cause. It's pretty much over for him. He doesn't care, doesn't want it. I wish we had the exact quotes. You got the exact quotes?
I'll post
just so that way I don't butcher this thing. Okay? But I'm giving you the gist of it. I'm summarizing it. And the individual that was making these claims was none other than my dog, my guy. Steelers alumni, Meril Hodge.
All right, well, here's the headline. You pretty much got it. Meril Hodge rips Devin Bush. Says Robert Spillane, best Steelers inside linebacker. All right, so let me get some quotes here. So this is when he's talking about Devin Bush. He is who he is. He doesn't play with great instincts. I don't care if he's a first rounder. I don't care if he's fast. He's not a very good football player. He doesn't play smart. He doesn't play fast. He doesn't even play with good leverage and technique when he does, and he hurts you. Let's see what he says about Robert Spillane here. Spillane is really their best inside linebacker, period. End of story. You watch him play inside, A, he's athletic. He's smart. He's where he's supposed to be. Takes on people, makes tackles, not a liability in the passing game. You can't expose him in the passing game. There's a whole host of things he's better at than Bush. That doesn't jeopardize your team. So that was his compare and contrast. Devin Bush versus Robert Spillane.
That was a little harsh. What were your thoughts on it, man? I'll let you go first, man. Man. How you want to react to the homie, man? I always have to feel how I'm gonna address these type of situations when it's a brother on a brother here. You know what I'm saying? When I got still action, I always gotta test temperature real quick before I hop in this thing, man.
You can say what you want. What do you got?
Oh, I'm gonna get some stuff. I'm gonna get it off my chest. I wanted to allow you to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's a hot take.
It's very hot. It's spicy.
That's bad, man.
It's very spicy, man.
Listen, I think it's one thing to just say I don't like how Devin Bush played last year, and even if you want to say Robert Spillane in the snaps that he played better than Devin Bush, I think that's fine. I do think that's fine, but I think you got to throw in context because Devin Bush did actually have a really solid rookie season, and the first 6 games that he played in 2020 were actually pretty good as well. It's just he has been dealing with this ACL injury, and he's been saying this whole offseason that, that did affect him. He feels a lot more confident going into this season that he's going to bounce back. But, if you want to say that Devin Bush played really bad last year, that's fine. And if you want to say Spillane maybe would have been better in our lineup, whatever. But I don't think in a vacuum Spillane's better than Devin Bush. Like, I'd bet money. Like, you know what? I would love to maybe bet Meril Hodge. You know how you say you make a take and you say put your money where your mouth is. Yeah. I would say Devin Bush is the better linebacker this year than Robert Spillane for the Steelers. I'd be willing to bet that. But also, aside from all that, from Devin Bush, Robert Spillane, because I can at least understand if he's kind of pissed off about how Devin Bush played last year. Yeah. That's fine. We have Miles Jack. That's the other thing.
I would agree.
Robert Spillane is not better than Moats. I don't think there's anything I need to add to that. Maybe he just forgot we picked up Miles Jack. Maybe he just forgot about that.
That was the one for me this whole time.
I think he forgot about that.
I'm like, bruh, I'm trying, Meril. I'm trying. But I'm like, bro, we literally just signed Miles Jack. All right. I didn't want to cut you off. Did you?
Well, the one thing I don't know if I can agree on with him was Spillane being better than Devin Bush in coverage. Yeah. That was really it.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all I got really.
Well, this was very interesting and intriguing of a situation. Partly because I have a lot of respect for Meril Hodge and his craft, because he's actually one of the guys that have really, schooled me up in terms of doing some of this media stuff, man. And when you always hear me talk about the tape and why everything I say, I always try to back it with tape, he was the guy who put me onto that, because he says, regardless of somebody's opinion, when you can back it factually by film, because a lot of guys don't watch film and they say what they hear, they see a highlight and they'll just take it as gospel. When you watch a guy for 60 snaps, you can tell who that guy is. You can tell when he's shying away from contact, and if it's athletic ability related, if it's vision related. And that's why you would hear me say some of the things last year when people would bring up, oh man, he's still getting back from the knee, it's the knee, it's the knee. And I'm kind of like, whoa, when I watch him, I don't think it's that. I think it's more his vision. You know what I mean? Because just certain things that he's seeing and how he reacts to it, it doesn't respond in his athletic ability being compromised or not being able to start, stop, change direction. It's more so the reaction of a guy that doesn't know what he's looking at. And you can tell when you watch the stripe on the Steelers helmet. That's what we love about the stripe. I know where you're looking because that stripe's going to point there. And there's certain things that he looks at pre-snap, post-snap, and you're like, you shouldn't be looking there. That lets me know you don't know what you're looking at. You're blowing the coverage, whatever, and you're athletic enough to make up for it. But that's a part of it. So part of me, like I said, when I see Meril make that statement, I do understand why he says that. But at the same time, I do think that it was a little bit too much, because it's like, is Devin a work in progress? Absolutely. Is Devin one of those guys that, man, you can either choose to be optimistic or you can, turn the page on him? I think it's a lot harder to make yourself be optimistic about Devin than it would be to turn the page. I think for Meril, he just took the approach of, I'm turning the page on him, I'm done. Whereas I think with us, we're more so like, hey, He's been struggling, but we think that he can still turn the corner. And I know for me, when I watch him every day at these OTAs, he's doing things out there that you've heard me come here and talk positively about, where I'm like, you know what, I can see him improving. I can see him taking steps. So that's why I'm a little conflicted with it. And that's why for me, we err on the side of optimism. But going back to this thing, though, with my man, Meril, the Spillane element versus Devin Bush. If you're talking about in terms of who would you trust more in a game right now, okay, you could make a case for Spillane if you really wanted to, because clearly it wasn't just him making this statement or fans. The Steelers made this statement last year when they started to do what? They started to pull Devin Bush off the field and rotate Robert Spillane onto the field. So clearly the Steelers had thought this in some capacity that, hey, whether we think Spillane can give us a spark, whether we think Spillane can get Devin's attention and make him open his eyes, or we just think Spillane is a better player right now, whatever was going on, clearly they had some type of feeling like that, because Spillane definitely was rotating in for not just Devin, but also for I'm drawing a blank on not Scobie. What's the kid? Schobert, yeah, Joe Schobert, yeah. So he was subbing in for both of those guys down the stretch. So clearly they even view Spillane in some capacity as level or a upgrade at some point last season. So that's why when I see Meril making that statement, I'm like, well, if you're watching the tape from last year, I can understand why you would say that, hey, Spillane is better than Devin. Because in that capacity, yes, there were moments where the team would make that switch because Devin was playing bad. Now, we know it's a lot of context into why he was playing bad, but either way, yeah, the play wasn't acceptable, so they were making moves. That's why they even have Buddy Johnson getting reps, and that's why you always hear me laugh when I bring up him making the statement that, oh, yeah, it's good that the young guy's getting reps. And I'm like, no, that's not what you want, because they're trying to replace you right now. They're trying to find somebody that can do what you're supposed to be doing. So with that, it's like, yeah, if you're just talking about, almost like you said, in a vacuum, those guys in one game scenario, who do you trust more? Well, yeah, you could make a case for Robert Spillane. But I think when you're talking about the whole scale, I don't think that is weighted the same when you're grading Robert Spillane versus Devin Bush. I think with Devin, we haven't seen a linear progression for him because of the injury. I think that had a significant impact on his development. Not giving him an excuse is just context. I do feel like that had a role in it. And I think that also has this weird effect on how we perceive him when we think of him from retrospect. Some people think of his rookie year as Pro Bowl caliber when you hear them talk about him. Others, they're like, no, man, he was bad back then. It was the optimism because he was the 10th overall pick. And then we got guys like me and you, I think that we're kind of like in the middle where it's like, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't great, but we felt positive about him. And we thought the beginning of year 2, he definitely was taking steps in the right direction. But then we had this lull because of the injury. And then we saw him last year coming back from the injury where we're just kind of like, I really don't like what I'm seeing right now. Well, what is it? We know Tua's not there. We know Tyson's not there. We know he's come back from the ACL, but it's still not looking like that's all the reason why. So it just makes you have that mixed emotion with Devin. And obviously Devin's going to forever be a hot topic here in Pittsburgh because of where he was drafted at. And when you draft a guy like that and you drafted him in a scenario where you're hoping that he's the replacement for a Ryan Shazier caliber player, you set these expectations for a guy, regardless if he got injured or not. Him living up to the Shazier moniker, that was going to be tough anyways. But now we're looking at him, we're like, well, man, can you at least live up to the 10th overall selection moniker? Forget that. Just get to here.
I'm just at the point, can you be a solid starter?
That too. That too. But it's a lot that goes into that thing, man. And the other reason why I don't feel like it's fair to compare them in that same vein is you think about when Devin was out there, he's always been the guy to play every single snap. He's always been the guy to have to take on some of the tougher roles because of the athletic ability. Even if he wasn't necessarily prepared for that, he had to take on it. And yes, you would look at times and say, well, he has 100 tackles. That's a great season. And it's like, not all stats are created the same. We can show you a guy that gets 10 tackles, but they're dragged down. They're him getting beat and chasing after a guy. I don't want them 10 tackles. I'd rather you give me 5 high-quality downhill stuff in a run, or as soon as the guy catch it, you're making that tackle. Not the chase and, 20 yards later, he failed. You're the closest guy to the pile. That's a stat. That's what he had a lot of, though. So that's the other part where I'm just like, man, he's out there way more than Spillane.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yes, Spillane had crazy moments. The Derrick Henry hit, that's a moment. The pick six, that was a moment. He has these crazy moments that will have you feeling like, yo, Spillane is a better cover guy. He got a pick six. He did this. He did that. You make you feel like he's the better downhill player. Oh, man, he had that hit on Derrick Henry. You saw what he did to Henry. We bring up those moments, but we're not thinking of him on a play in and play out basis and talking about him doing that for a full 17 games. He hasn't had to do that just yet. And it's a big difference, and that's what Devin has had to do.
Yeah.
So that's the other reason why for me, I'm like, I can't just say Spillane is the better player hands down when Spillane isn't in those type of situations because they're not weighted the same.
Yeah. Spillane's trajectory was kind of weird because he only came in and became a full-time starter in that 2020 season because Devin Bush got hurt.
He got hurt, yeah.
And Spillane actually, I thought, played really good until he got hurt again.
Yes.
But I think there were still points in that season, though, where we were just like, we're still missing Devin Bush, though. Do you imagine how much better this defense could be with Devin Bush? Spillane's playing a really good role, though, especially with our expectations for him, overexceeding him by miles. For him to step in and you don't feel that much of an impact of losing Devin Bush, but you still feel it. You still feel it. But being able to get out of stadiums and have the defense be playing really nice, and you're just like, all right, as a whole, as a whole unit, we're doing pretty good.
Absolutely.
But still, it was the little things that you were missing from Devin Bush. Yeah. But then whenever Spillane came back in that playoff game, I don't know what happened, man, because you had that, and then this whole offseason, we were talking, all right, is Spillane going to be the starter opposite Devin Bush? And then in preseason, he was just god-awful. And then we had to sign Schobert or trade for Schobert because of Spillane's poor play. So it's just a weird comparison. Yeah. Like, if he just would have said Miles Jack's the best
and think about
and not Devin Bush, that's fine.
Think about where Spillane was struggling, too.
Coverage,
he was struggling in coverage.
Bad. It was really bad.
Yeah, it was literally Dallas. I remember the game. Dallas would isolate him one-on-one and, running back switching across. All right. And then the next game was the same concept. We're just like, yo, this could be a real-life issue. And that is the book on Spillane. It's like, yo, you want him in zone or you want him blitzing? The pick six on Lamar, he was in zone. Read it, jumped it, and that's what he can do. He can do that really well in terms of just reading the quarterback, getting to a landmark. And for coverage guys, not everybody is a man-to-man cover guy. Devin Bush has the intangibles to be a man-to-man coverage guy, but he still has to prove that he can do that consistently. Whereas when you talk about guys that aren't as athletic, we call them more zone droppers. And that's where Spillane falls in. He's more of that zone guy where he can get to a landmark, read the quarterback, and he's a super smart player, but that will help with the lack in athleticism that he has in contrast to Devin. If you could just combine Spillane's mind with Devin's athletic ability and body, you have the great player. You have what you want. But that's the disconnect right there.
Yeah.
But you still got Miles Jack, though. And I'm like, granted, Miles has had some ups and downs while in Jacksonville. I get that. But neither one of them, in terms of Spillane or Devin Bush, are even close to Miles Jack right now, in my opinion. And whether you're talking today, whether you're talking career, whether you're talking who I want for one game, like, I like Miles Jack over both of them dudes. So that was my other biggest hiccup.
I'm telling you.
Unless you're saying that
he
he's
just
new.
Forgot we signed him.
Because my thing, I said it had to be he's new to the team. I said this is how I tried to get on with Meril. I was like, okay. So I gave you the whole spiel about the Devin Bush Spillane. I was like, I can get that. I can fall with that. I was like, now what's the angle for Miles Jack? I said, oh, I got it now. Spillane's been here for multiple years. Miles still learning. So he doesn't know the full playbook just yet. Because he's only been here for he only had 2 weeks to install. This is the third week of install. We don't finish install until Thursday. Then we'll reset, and then from there we have the whole thing. So technically, Spillane knows more than him. So I was like, that has to be the approach then, man.
I think the comparison of players is weird, too. The bashing of Devin Bush, fine. That could have just been good on its own.
But why bring Spillane? Like, Spillane gets brought up in this, it sucks for him. Because I'm like, now you're going to get people either loving you or crucifying you solely because your name is brought up with Devin Bush.
Like, why can't we just say with Spillane, solid player to have on your roster?
You win with guys like Spillane on your team. You can say that and be fine with it.
Yeah, because there is a reason we traded for Joe Schobert.
I would agree. It's the reason why we signed Miles Jack as well.
Exactly. And if like we said, if you want to talk specifically about last season and say, hey, man, in one game, I think Spillane would have done the Steelers' defense a little bit better than Devin Bush because Devin Bush did not have a good 2021.
Yeah.
But now going forward, or even just the full body of work, I'm still going Devin Bush.
Yeah.
But it's just so weird how it was so bad on Bush.
Yeah, bro.
And then so positive for Spillane. We're even saying like better in coverage. I can't say that.
I was like, yo,
Devin Bush isn't. I don't remember him getting torched last year in coverage. It was more the run stopping.
No. The coverage. He had a rough go at it. I ain't gonna. I've been going back rewatching. He had a rough go.
What if Spillane done any better though? We'll put it to you that way.
I would say they used him differently. Because when they had Spillane out there during the regular season, in those moments, that was where they would have Spillane being the blitzer and having Devin doing some of the cover stuff. I thought that Devin... I just thought that his eyes were just bad, bro. Like, even though quarterbacks wouldn't necessarily attack him, you could see where he would be beat. And it wouldn't be because of athletic ability. It would be because of his eyes. He's guarding a running back, and he's either trying to run a route for him or his eyes are in the backfield instead of looking at the guy that he's in man-to-man coverage. And I thought it was more of that going on than him necessarily getting, like, cooked. But I wouldn't call it good. That was my thing, you know?
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
Did I say good?
I felt like you said good. You was like, yo,
I just better than Spillane. I mean,
fair enough then, yeah.
I remember some plays in coverage though.
No, he had a moment.
Latter half of the season, he had some picks.
Even the pick
had a nice play against the Titans. I remember in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Tip pass against the Vikings.
I was
pick against the Chiefs.
That was the one that they got me. I think it was the Vikings one. Definitely the Chiefs one. The Chiefs one was funny because he was for sure beat. And that was, I forgot, was that TJ tip? Somebody tipped. It was something right bad. Yeah, they went back to it. But it was like, yo, his man was definitely open. And I was like, oh, it worked out. Sometimes it works like that. And I love it when it works like that. Trust me. I would rather be the luckiest player on earth than be just this, everything, I'm always in position. Because, just because you're in position, some fluky stuff happens when you're on that field, man. So you'd rather be the beneficiary of that. And sometimes in coverage, he was the beneficiary. But you can make the same case for Spillane as well. When you talk about the pick six, it's like,
Lamar threw it right to
him. Yeah. And it's like, if Lamar isn't trying to be a hero in that moment, that play never happens. But Lamar's trying to be a hero, threw it, not looking, and just assumed, and you get the pick six. But either way, we could do that if we wanted to about every play. I just can't get with Spillane being the better guy in coverage, though. I still think that Devin, not by... Which coverage are we talking about? That's the other part. Because if we're talking about...
Devin Bush can do whatever Spillane is asked to do, but Devin Bush could potentially do more.
No, athletically, yes. If you're asking, though, in the sense of who can be more productive at it, if you're talking the zone dropping stuff, I do lean a little bit more Spillane just because of the smarts, just because of how he's
always
sees
in the right
it.
spot, you're saying.
Right, whereas we've talked about with Devin, that's been some of his issue. It's like, yo, where are you at right now? But in terms of the ceiling, we know Devin is like, you can be a zone or a man guy. I just think with Spillane, he's solely going to be a zone dropping guy. But that creates a little bit of an issue in our defense here in Pittsburgh because we match routes. We play man a ton. We don't do a lot of zone. So you kind of got a situation where for you to call him the best inside linebacker, the thing that we do the most, he can't even do the best at.
At least we're giving Devin Bush a try with it. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's Miles Jack.
Right.
At the end of the day.
It's Miles, though.
Like, if he would have said all that about Devin Bush and then said, I'm loving what I'm seeing from Miles Jack, I don't think anyone would have, really disagreed, right?
In fact, they would have been like, yeah, Meril, call it. That's how you do it. You tell him the truth. But because he says Spillane, we're like, whoa, wait a minute, big fella.
You picked the wrong guy to pump up.
Meril, and Meril's my guy. You know how the vibe is when we with Meril. Like, that's my dog.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like, no, baby. No, we can't have that one. But what we're going to do, in a second, man, we're going to hop on with my man TG, Terence Garvin, Steelers alum, for a couple of things, man.
Breaking reports.
Yeah. Did you watch the video yet?
Did you send it to me?
I did,
okay.
Yeah. So I'll give them the heads up while you watch it if it came through. But he'll talk to us a little bit about a couple of things, man. Obviously, I want to get his feedback on, or his thoughts on Meril Hodge's comments about Robert Spillane being better than Devin Bush or being the best inside linebacker for the team. Got to hear that. Also got to ask him about the Doug Whaley situation too, man, because I forgot about the whole Jack Ham comment, being a special backup special teamer and all that. Deke reminded me for that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, we're going to ask him about that as well. But we also, he was down there. He had boots on the ground at the concert. Antonio Brown's performance on the South Side.
VIP.
You see it? You see the vid? Yeah, he's on stage. We got content. He sent it to me. You see the pic. That's a friendly pic right there. That's a dope pic right there. So we're going to get the whole breakdown, the whole recap, man. So I'm definitely excited about that, man. Yeah.
We calling them now?
Yeah, man. We got like 30 seconds, 1 minute, however much.
Okay. I'll read some super chats then.
Yeah, get a couple supers in this thing, man.
Well, here was the one that I was going to read, but it said it could take us down a rabbit hole. But maybe this is the good time to read it, where we could just read it and then get to the interview.
Fair enough.
Let's go. UW says, man, Deshaun might be screwed. He needs a better lawyer.
Oh, man, y'all wildin', bro. And why they all with the same lawyer for the chicks, though?
Huh?
Is this the 24th one, but it's like with the same lawyer, though?
It's all been with the same lawyer. Like the 23rd and 24th one came out.
It's all been the same lawyer.
Yeah. I was hearing on camera. I don't know what the NFL is going to do. Apparently, the suspension stuff is... They said the decision's coming soon, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do in terms of games and stuff. I have no clue, because how Coward was talking, he was thinking the full year. But then you hear other people, 6 games, 4, 8 games, whatever it is, something like that. So I have no clue.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. And like you said, it's tough in this scenario, too, because, yes, these are very significant allegations. And, yes, it's a ton of them. But you cannot deny the fact that 2 grand juries have said no. 2 grand juries. That's the whole purpose of a legal system. 2 of them now we know at the time it was 22 women that had accused them. But of the 22 women, not one case was enough to be taken up for criminal charges. That's my biggest hiccup with the situation. As much as it's like, everything is pointing, smoke. When you got 2 grand juries, separate grand juries, saying, no, we don't have enough evidence. No, we can't say that we could charge this guy. To me, I just feel like that matters still. That still means something, man.
Yeah, I think, well, did you hear the comment?
I have not all the way, no.
He basically said that in like a public, it was kind of a weird comment. It was a tough comment, probably a bad comment to be making in like a public setting. He basically said, He said, like, what people need to realize are, like, happy endings at a massage parlor it's not illegal. Like, he said that on, like, a radio show. That's the comment he's talking about. You can't be saying that.
You can't say that. Yeah, you can't say that. I mean, technically he's right, but you can't say that. Yeah. Now, I'm sure that's how Robert Kraft, I'm sure he made a comment like that.
Yeah, he said something like, if you're not paying for it or whatever and it happens consensually, he said it's not illegal.
Consensual, though, yeah. Because if you're paying for it now, that becomes... like a prostitute, you know what I mean? Like, and that is illegal. But
he might have added something else to it, but that was the comment he made.
So technically, he is right. It just
that's not a good
timing
comment.
Is horrendous. It's kind of like when they just asked Devin, "Hey, do you feel like you have something to prove going into this season?" He says, "I got nothing to prove."
The thing that he added to it was making women uncomfortable or something is not illegal as well. Like he said all those things in multiple sentences all together. Like that's not good.
A guy could be a sleazeball without being a criminal, though, and I think that is a line as well because he is definitely sleazebally. That's sleazebally. That's a sleazeball comment. That's heavy on the sleaze. A lot.
That was his lawyer. Like
that's heavy sleazeball.
That's not good representation.
Criminal? I don't say it's criminal, but it's super duper sleazeball. Super duper sleazeball. So yes.
But that's what he's referring to right there.
It is nasty. God, dog, man. That's the situation. Oh, but like I'm just torn because it's like I don't like. What is the purpose of due process? What is the purpose of a legal system if we're gonna crucify people regardless of evidence being there or not? Because that is the reality of it, and we understand this is not the first time somebody has been accused of anything malicious when one person has money and the other person doesn't. That's not new, but when we're talking about the amount, at the same time, the lack of evidence in some capacity to where two grand juries won't bring up criminal charges, it's like, man, does that not matter? Does that not mean something? Like, that's what makes America America. The court process, due process, the judicial system. So it's like, what is it? Do we not value that anymore?
No, right. No, I think you do. Probably what's going on right now is, especially with this comment, it almost is admitting that Deshaun Watson acted maybe in a non-optimal way in these settings, where the NFL could say, like, okay, is this evidence for us to at least suspend them?
Because they could treat it like a civil case. Yeah, absolutely, they could.
Like, we don't want our players acting like this.
That's conduct detrimental to the NFL, man. You're embarrassing the Shield, or you're bringing a little bit of dirt to the Shield's name. 100%, they definitely could. And yeah, you probably are right. Now, hearing the full context, absolutely, the NFL could.
I think that's if they chose to. Yeah, I think that's kind of where it's at right now. Where he's saying like the lawyer,
that would give him an excuse.
Like the lawyer screwed him in the public setting by saying that.
That could give him an excuse to an extent. I wonder, how did the Robert Kraft situation finish?
I have no clue.
Because once the criminal charges, like once that whole thing went hush hush, I know he was fined something from the NFL. I just don't remember
think he got
what it was. Yeah, he
anything.
wasn't suspended. So that was the other thing that I would be interested to see, because I think that those are at least similar, because I know people bring up like, oh, Ben, that situation. I just think that it's a little different right now with it being this whole massage context, the massage parlor, the happy ending, quote unquote, type situation. I think that's a little bit different than the Ben scenario and what he was accused of in that situation. That's why I'm like, yo, with the Robert, how did that thing end? Because that was happy ending-ish. It was massage parlor-ish. It was not against the law, but very janky-ish, like that scenario.
Yeah. Well, should we get to TG here?
Let's do it, man. Yeah, because we definitely went down that rabbit hole anyway.
Yeah,
yep, we sure did. I texted him while we were going down the rabbit hole. I was like, yo, we're going to call you in a second. I promise.
Yeah, but that's what he was referring to right there.
Blame Deke, ladies and gentlemen. So, with that being said, now let's hit up my homie, my locker mate, real quick. Get this in-depth recap of everything that took place this weekend. Is that my locker mate? Is that my locker mate, man?
Hello?
Uh-oh, there he is. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Locker mate in the building. Steelers alum. West Virginia alum. Linebacker, my locker mate.
VIP.
Terence Garvin. Yeah, VIP, throw that on the list as well. Hey, man, we got a lot we got to talk to you about. Low key, when we're talking this weekend, I thought we were just going to talk what you did this weekend, and get the full recap. But then we obviously had Meril Hodge drop some spicy stuff as well.
Seen that.
So we gotta, we gotta dive into that. So I'm gonna ask you. Let me ask you, TG. Which one do you want to talk about first? You want to give us AB action first, or you want to talk this Meril Hodge stuff first, man? Because we got time for whatever.
Let me let you know. AB is a rock star. Let me put it out there to the world. It's official. I'm from the pit, not the palace.
Yeah.
It's going triple platinum.
Hey,
you heard me say it here first.
You got to stop this, man.
It's going triple platinum.
Not even double platinum. We're going triple off the dribble. Man, platinum. Come on, T. Come on, man.
He's a rock star. He's a rock star. When he jumped in the crowd and he started crowd surfing, I knew it was over. I knew
he was crowd surfing?
He went crowd surfing. I was like, this is a rock star, y'all.
Crowd surfing.
Crowd surfing.
Wow.
He took off this shirt.
He never had the shirt on. I seen the
He's
picture.
Still AB.
I seen the pic you sent me. He had no shirt on in the pic. You know what? I might have to drop. Might have to add the picture to this portion of the video so people can see. Like you were rock starred up. You were backstage with him on stage. However it was, you was a part of it.
I had a pass. You know what I mean? You had to get a pass to get back there.
Hey, man,
I had a pass.
The vid you sent me, I'm like, bro, you on stage with this man. I can tell by the angle. I'm like, yo, that's what I like to see. So how did that whole situation play out, man? Did you just call up Ye and was like, yo, Ye, man, I'm trying to pull up the AB's concert. What's the word? Like, how this whole thing, hey, break it down for us, man.
I had to hit Floyd's people to hit.
I called on Floyd. Hey, you a fool, bro. I had to hit Floyd's people, man, and they put me on. They set it up.
I seen it going down on my AB. I'm on this stage, we riding like.
What's the word?
I seen Vince in there. We had a lot of Steelers.
Okay.
He was in there.
Shout out to Vince, aka Montana. Let's go. Yeah.
You know what Vince gonna do?
Absolutely, aka one half a shake and bake.
Half a shake and bake. So I'm in there. Check it out. He took the shirt off. This what finished it for me. When he took the shirt off, and he still gave me the AB wiggle. I'm like, that's a rock star. Yo. I'm like, that's a rock star, y'all. We've crossed over officially. That's a rock star.
He's a rock star like that.
I was curious about some semantics of the show. Did everything happen in a timely manner?
Ooh.
I thought it was in a good timely manner. I don't think when you're a rock star, you don't got a time schedule. You know, it's your time.
Oh, so what was the schedule on the flyer, and what time did it actually happen?
It was. You know how when Elvis arrived in the building, it was like Elvis has entered the building, Elvis has left the building. It was like that. AB has entered the building. AB has left the building. Like, it's so schedule. You know?
Yo, what in the world?
It's official. He's officially a rock star. I'm telling you. I seen it with my eyes. I'm telling you, I can't make this up. I seen him train. I seen it now. Like, he's officially a rock star. I'm from the pit, not the palace. Whole lot of money. It's an anthem.
So I was gonna say, did people, were they singing the words?
The people were they
responding? Like, how is this thing, man?
It's an anthem. Whole lot of money is an anthem out here. I'm telling you, respect.
Let's go.
Is AB's football career officially over? You think this is the new where he's transitioning to?
I'm not here to put nothing out there on that. I'm not sure. I just think. That's AB, you know what I mean? Like,
can he do both?
I seen Jordan go play baseball for a few years.
Can AB do both? Can he be a football player and a rock star at the same time?
I seen Michael Jordan go play baseball. That's all I gotta say. I seen Michael Jordan go play baseball.
Oh, so my goodness.
So he could just do this for a year and maybe come back.
We're not gonna put nothing past nothing. I'm just saying he might go triple platinum and come back. Don't be surprised. Anything's possible.
That is funny, bro. What in the world? So was Ye in the building? Can I at least get that answer? Was Kanye West in Pittsburgh?
Kanye didn't make the comment. I think he was on FaceTime. You know?
Okay.
Via FaceTime, we got to see Ye.
He's seen a little bit.
I'm sure he's seen it.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
But no, he didn't. I don't think he made the trip. I was looking for Ye. If Ye would have got up there, I was gonna take the mic.
Listen,
I had it made up in my mind.
If Ye would have got there and you would have not hit me up to be like, "Yo, Moats, he's here," man, I would have felt hurt. I would have thought it was a personal attack on me. That's how that would have been the energy right there, man. But I'm glad he wasn't there, man.
I hit you up.
I know.
When they said AB's in the building, I thought that was equivalent to Ye's here.
It was not, but I do appreciate you hitting me up. I did appreciate that, but I was like, that's not moving the needle. That doesn't do it for me.
That's not gonna get me out the house.
That is not getting me out the house right there, man. Because when I'm sitting with wifey, the conversation was predetermined. Hey, bae, TG going to the concert to see AB. You want to roll? We can all go together. I'll pull up. We can pull up. Like, that could be a vibe. She was like, not a chance. Absolutely not. I'm like, okay, bet. That sounds good. I was like, bet. If Kanye West were to show up, what we looking like? She's like, yo.
It was like, we have to go.
If Ye's there, she's like, yo, it's done. I'm like, babe, I'm going if Ye is there. She's like, we are going if Ye is there. So we was waiting on the Ye portion. It just never happened. But we was ready. We was fired up, man.
You ain't get the right confirmation.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You should have just sent the pic of, like, I don't know, like, yo, look at the boots. And then I would have just assumed it was Ye, and I would have pulled up that way.
That's what I should have did. I did that wrong.
Yeah, just send the picture of the boots next time.
I should have just sent you the boots. And you'd have been like, oh, Ye's in the building.
Oh, that's Ye right there.
Would you have been pissed off?
Oh, once I'm there, I'd have just been like, you know what, I'm here now. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's what you should have done.
I'd have been like, it is what it is. Yeah. That is funny, though. All right. So is it a tour? Is he performing again anytime soon?
I think you can catch the AB tour right now. I really think he's on tour.
Okay. So he's a really rock star right now, man.
I think he's a rock star. He crowd surfed.
Yo, that's legit. If they caught him, they had to be paying attention. To some extent, you have to if you don't drop him, you got to be invested in that somehow, some way.
They sang the songs with him.
That's AB.
Like, I'm from the pit, not the palace.
Yeah.
That's a movie.
He said, yo, they got an anthem. Oh my god.
That's an anthem. That's a movie.
All right.
So
this is interesting right there. All right, so now let's get back to some other the other thing that's on the docket here. Mr. Meril Hodge making his comment about your boys, Robert Spillane, Devin Bush. Says Devin Bush, Actually, I don't want to misquote him. I'm gonna let Deke pull up the quote.
What was the quote?
We're gonna pull him up again real quick to give him 1 second because we are not gonna misquote. You know, Meril, that's the OG. We respect it. We respect him. Pull up the quotes. Here they go.
Okay.
This is on Devin Bush. He is who he is. He doesn't play with great instincts. I don't care if he's a first rounder. I don't care if he's fast. He's not a very good football player. He doesn't play smart. He doesn't play fast. He doesn't even play with good leverage and technique when he does. And then, when talking about Robert Spillane, Meril Hodge says, Spillane is really their best inside linebacker, period. End of story. You watch him play inside. He's athletic. He's smart. He's where he's supposed to be. Takes on people. Makes tackles. Not a liability in the passing game. You know you can't expose him in the passing game. There's a whole host of things he's better at than Bush. That doesn't jeopardize your team.
Talk to him nice. Talk to him nice. Ooh. Okay.
Your reaction.
That's a strong statement.
That was spicy. He felt some type of way about that.
Yeah, that's a strong statement. Like, what? That's based off of last year's film, or that's just in total?
That's what we try. We looked at it both ways. Whichever way you want to talk about it.
That's what I need to know. Are we talking about in total? Are we saying Miles Jack is in the building?
That was another part we were trying to figure out. We said he had to have forgotten him in some way, shape, or form. Right?
I feel like that was just a one-on-one shot. Like this was better than that.
Yeah, it was. That's what it sounded like.
And I feel
that
like
was definitely the energy. Shot. That was the energy. He calculated it. He had the scope. You know, he was like tick tick tick. Oh, I got him right in the sights. Bing. That's what he did, man. You know, that sniper undefeated, baby. Come on now.
He took his time out to say that too. He made calculated decisions with that.
Yeah, he said it during the dead time of the year too. No draft going on. No, we just OTA talk. Oh, so you gonna know this one? You gonna see this time? Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I agree with that personally.
First though, TG. First though, I just want to applaud you right there because I've seen the growth from you. I've seen the growth. The TG I first met would not have started that thing off that nicely. All right, I don't agree with him. The TG I met was this 7-8 years ago now. He was not on that type of energy. I like this energy. I like this new leaf you've turned over, TG. Like I'm gonna call you Terence. That's Terence talking right now, man. I respect that, Terence. I respect the heck out of that right there. Continue, please.
Yeah, we get. I see what he's trying to say. He's basically saying you got a more reliable player. He feels like he's trying to say. This is me trying to translate now. I believe he's trying to say you have a more reliable player in Spillane than you do in Bush. I think that's what he's trying to say. I think he's saying if you get 10 plays, you might get 6 good plays from Spillane, while Bush might only give you 4. I think that's what he's trying to say with that quote. While he's saying he's not as much as a liability in this situation or this situation. Yeah. But I feel like we still have. It's just that first round tag. I think that first round tag.
That 10 overall, bro.
It's tough for people because your expectations are so high.
Yeah.
You look at this person with such a different lens. Like, let's not do that. Yeah. You know, like.
Almost like unrealistic expectations.
Almost unrealistic. Like, what do you want to see? Because I think Devin Bush I think he is a better linebacker than Spillane. I think Spillane's a very good linebacker. Very good linebacker. I think he's a core teamer. I think he's a good linebacker. He comes in and makes plays.
He's a guy you win with. Yeah,
I think he's a guy you keep in the building for a reason. You know, you can trust him. If you lose a starter, I think you can put him in and he'll handle his business.
Yeah, absolutely.
I believe that if you put Spillane in there where Bush is at and you ask Spillane to play the same amount of time that you asked Bush to play last year, and Bush comes in and he's the relief pitcher, I believe you're speaking differently about the two. You know what I mean? I think it's different when you're the whole game, you're the game planned, we can see your tendencies, we can see what you don't like,
when it's Wednesday morning and they putting your face up there on the big board as hey, this is how we're going to attack him. This is the guy we want to go. It's different. Yeah.
It's different when you are the plan.
Yeah.
You are the plan. Like, we're going to not let you do this. We know you don't like these type scenarios, these type situations, these type blocking schemes. So we're going to run these at you. We know you struggled with this the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. 6 weeks, while Spillane, you got to see it on relief duty, so it's a little bit different. It might not have been game planned for as hard to where maybe his attributes got to show a little bit harder, you know? So I get what he's trying to say. There's no shots because he knows what he's talking about. But I believe it's a hard statement to say that linebacker is a better linebacker than this linebacker. Yeah. And I mean, it's not all about money, but you're basically saying not only is the whole NFL wrong, not only are the coaching staff in Pittsburgh wrong, not only was the draft picks wrong, you know, you're basically saying like this guy is just better than this, and it's hard to say that.
Yeah, especially if you want to consider their whole body of work, or if you want to project going into next season. We got to assume, I guess based off these comments, that he's just specifically talking about last year, and that would go hand in hand to what you're talking about. If you think you could put Spillane in for 10 plays, whatever, you could trust him more in a game than what Devin Bush was putting out last year, then I guess I could hear him out on that. Yeah. But full body of work, Devin Bush had a pretty good rookie season. Had a good first 6 games of 2020.
That's still Devin Bush. That's still a top draft pick. That's a first rounder. That's the pretty girl in the club. You know, like
that's the bad joint in the club. 10th overall. She like, bad. Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. You know, like the grass is always per se greener on the other side. So we can't just use that and say like, this person is better than this person just because of a couple strengths that might have been shown in a couple plays. To me, the best linebacker in there is Myles Jack. I think that's Myles Jack's room now. Yeah. To me, that's my belief. I believe that's his room. He's in control. I think if you go dime, I think he stays on the field. You know, that's my opinion. Though I think he can cover.
Well, I was gonna say on top of that, you know, I'm down there covering the OTAs. That is without a doubt Myles Jack room. It's his without a doubt. It's definitely his.
You see what I know, what I think you see, what I think you know that I know you know.
Absolutely. You can see it. It's clear. Yes.
Right. I got the first rep, you take the second rep.
Come on now. Yeah. You know what it looked like. You know what it's supposed to be. Yeah.
LT was going first. LT was
he made sure
Shazier was going first.
Yeah.
We knew Shazier was going first.
Like, that's his rep, and he's going to stay in for as long as he would like to, and then we'll get whatever is left over. Yeah.
Yeah, if he's like, yo, I need this again, we're going to do this again.
Right. Or if Coach T says, hey, man, I want my ones out there and keep them out there for 4, he going to get those plays. That's, Okay. Yeah, that's definitely the situation right now.
To me, I think it's Jack's room. I think that whole defense is going to get way better with that coach, though, man. I'm telling you what
Flores,
I know.
Yeah.
I think Flores is going to change the whole mentality, the dog of that defense. I think he's going to bring out – we're going to get to see who Devin Bush is. Like, this is the year of – let's see who you are. Now, if he doesn't get it done this year, I believe you'll see something happen. Like, this might be it. Yeah. But I think this is the year where grade him on this year. Let's see what he does this year. Let's see how he acts, how he moves. You know what I mean? He got a whole summer to get healthy, you know? I seen he got some stuff going off the field that can motivate you in different ways. Yeah,
we just dropped. You got the baby on the way, right? That's why.
Got the baby on the way.
And you know, Vince will tell you, everybody will tell you with kids, man, that daddy strip hit a little different now. Come on now.
That make get downhill a little bit faster.
Hey, you rush that pass a lot harder when you got that kid on. I had some of my best games when wife was like, "I'm pregnant." Oh, all right. Somebody getting knocked out. Let's go to work. Time to go. So got mouths to feed now, man.
Like, I think we're gonna have to see who Devin Bush is literally last year coming off that ACL. Like, people that had that ACL will tell you that's not no overnight. Like, you just better the next year. Like,
and he's gonna get a whole year, no Tyson either. No Tyson in front of him either last year when he came back. Yeah,
that was big, you know. So it looked like last year to me, Devin Bush was getting swallowed up by guards a lot. It looked like the guards was really climbing up to him, and he was really having to take them guards on by himself. You know, in between confidence, maybe lack of power in that knee, and just truly confidence to me. Like, we're going to get to see who he is a little bit more this year. And it's another one in there. It's another linebacker that can run and shoot that gap right there, which give a lot more athleticism. To me, I think that's super important, you know?
Well,
I think that's –
and I would also say this, too, with Devin, and you can attest to this, man, the more you're in the league – now, for him, he's been fortunate where you've been able to survive this long, you know, just based on where he was drafted at, because we know a lot of times, man, after 1 to 2 years, if you're not living up to what they expect, they're going to move on from you. But I do think for him, he should have a way better understanding of the defense and a way better understanding of what he should be looking at as well, because of how much he's played now, because last year, you got to remember, he was coming off of the ACL, but he missed essentially that whole season prior to that. So you kind of missed that second year, that sophomore year where you get that under your belt. Whereas now I'm looking at him like, you know what? That is under his belt now. Now he's seen a full 2 seasons, 2.5 years now of NFL plays. So it slows down. You start to know what you're looking at in a sense.
Right. You start to find little cheats, stuff you might not have to move as fast. You can have slow feet, faster feet in certain situations. So, I think a big thing for Devin Bush, from everything I've watched him, was just going to be playing square, like really being able to use his hands and get off of blocks and get to the ball. And I think he's in there with a good coach that's going to teach that. I've seen a lot of Miami linebackers were good linebackers.
No, they definitely were.
Yeah, so, Flores got a history of making a linebacker nice.
Yeah, he do that.
Respect. I think he's going to be in there. He's going to get them boys right. So I think this is the year we'll grade him on. Grade him on this year. Let's see who he is this year. I pray for health for him, and I hope he's able to show his skill set this year. If not, then maybe that statement is respectable. Maybe, you know what I mean, you see a Spillane come in on relief and do really well or something and show that.
He 1 moment away. He 1 moment away. Come on now.
We're not just going to shoot down the quote, but I just think it's a hard quote to say right now. It's too early to fully just grade that. I seen Spillane come in and he had the big hit on Derrick Henry, correct? But that was his last play of the game after that, right?
Yeah. Well,
he came back briefly.
He came back, but it wasn't the same. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that was some of the things that I said. I was like, I thought that he had some crazy moments. The hit on Derrick Henry, the pick 6 on Lamar. It's like, when you have moments, people remember moments. We know that. So I think that when you add the moments and the opinion of Devin Bush not living up to the expectations, you kind of get this perfect storm where, in a sense, you might over project for Spillane and then undercut Devin a little bit too much because of that part, man.
Right. And it's hard to it's just hard to say that. That it's almost like, it might sound crazy, but it's almost still too early to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though he's time in there. Because he's had moments too now.
Oh, yeah, he definitely has. No, he definitely has.
Had moments too. So, I mean, we can't, the body of work is just not the same for him to make that statement.
Yeah.
It's a bold statement, though. It's definitely this time of year type statement. It's nothing going on.
Definitely this type of year.
We ain't got nothing going on. We watching OTA.
Let me talk outlandish real quick.
Come on.
You want to make a headline? Hey, get in trouble this time of year, man. You feel like you national news. You like, bro.
They call this DUI season, man.
Come on, facts. Everybody, man.
DUI season. This is when people just get in trouble.
This is the bad time of year where you try to just survive June and July. Get the training camp. Survive June and July, bro. Yes,
you just trying to stay out the way. Don't get in no trouble. You don't have no sports on. You got basketball once a week. You might got hockey. It's
sick,
slow,
bro. Sick.
Slow right now.
Speaking of this time of year, this was what?
Oh, we had some other
few weeks ago.
Yeah. Some other spiciness going on.
Controversial statements about Steelers linebacker. We were going to ask you this on the last podcast, but
totally
we forgot.
Yeah, Deke was high.
Yeah.
That's just such a tough statement to make. That's a tough one to make.
So we had Doug Whaley. This was a GM candidate for us, too. Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Said that Jack Ham, 1970s all-decade team, linebacker for the Steel Curtain defenses.
I can't even keep it serious with this comment, bro.
Said that nowadays he would be a special teams backup. His main reason for that was because he said Jack Ham weighs 215 pounds. Show me a linebacker that plays in the NFL that weighs that much.
Ham, what? 15 or 50?
215. 15.
It's plenty of linebackers that are 215.
Thank you. Not a lot of 250s out there. Plenty of 215s.
I think Deion Jones up in Atlanta was like 215.
Absolutely.
Jerome Baker wasn't nothing but 215 wet.
Bro, we not going to act like Shea won't light like that at times, too.
Hey,
come on, bro.
15.
We done seen Shea come in that thing eating them donuts like, yo, I got to get this weight on me real quick. Like, bruh.
it's really unhealthy to have all that weight on you.
I would agree. You want to be fast.
Yeah, you want to be able to move.
That was one of his specialties back in the day too. Was a coverage linebacker. I feel like he would make a perfect transition to now.
I understand
the comment doesn't make sense.
You just can't disrespect the game like that. You know, that's the same. That's that basketball argument. It's the same with football. Like, players are getting better as time goes on.
True.
You know, it's evolution. It just is what it is. Like, players are getting better as time goes on. You could argue that Ray Lewis in today's game wouldn't be Ray Lewis. You know, so it's like the game changes. We can't say he will be a teamer in today's game and he was All-American, All-World in his game. It's just a different game now. So it's like it's unfair to everybody involved to make that statement that this one couldn't play in this era while this one could play in this era, because the games are different games. Yeah. They're different. The whole position's different now. You know, like what you had to do back then, the physicality you could play with back then, you can't play with now.
Very true.
The way you have to cover and get with these athletes now might not have been asked back then. So it's just a different game. But he was an all-world to his game. So it's like we can't disrespect his game, because when he was playing, he was the man, you know? So it's almost like that's one of them statements what they just say. You just tell people, or you're right. You just let them, you're both right, you know?
Yeah. Because the way I look at it is like this. Like, I definitely side with how you're approaching it, but I also think to myself, hey, when we're comparing guys from different generations, I look at it as, if I can take that player and give him the same opportunities that we have now in terms of training, film session, all that stuff, and give him the real time to prepare, I don't think that Jack Ham is a backup special teams player. If he has the full allotment, full offseason, every resource that we have now, I think that he's just as good. I think that he's still able to do some of those things, because that is the evolution part. When we talk about
smoking cigarettes,
exactly, bro. Like, come on, man. Imagine if we hit Jack with hey, look, man, we're gonna give you this Pedialyte real quick. Hey, try this. It'll get you an IV instead of this cigarette. I think you'll be a better player here. Like, even the training,
you won't feel nothing.
Come on, man. Ain't that the truth? But think about, like, even just the smarts of, all right, you got more access to more tape, more this, so you can actually watch, study, learn this element of it, the smarter training techniques to save your body. Like, if he was allowed to have that type of stuff, I think it's a different version that we see, man.
Right. I agree with that.
Well, and that's what he says. He says, I had quickness out there, and I actually studied the game quite a bit. That was the one thing that he had that he thinks transcends any era.
Yeah.
I think would be a huge benefit to this game.
That's just tough. You just can't make that statement. That's just the long story. You just really can't make that statement.
And you definitely can't make it while you're trying to apply for the Steelers GM job either. That's just it's not a good look. It's not a good look.
Now you're not a fan favorite. You know what I mean? You just brought in a quarterback from Pitt. Everything's Pitt right now. Like, you gotta be a fan favorite. Like, come on. Play the game.
Read the room, man. Read the room. Come on. Read the room.
That wasn't the right joke for the room, man. Read the room. They're about to boo you off the stage.
man. No, that was dope though. But yeah, so we're all on one accord with this thing then. All right. Okay, so it's different.
Talent is talent at the end of the day. Like, if you was good in your generation, you good. We could argue Sean Taylor couldn't play in this game today. You know? Way too physical.
He probably would lose a ton of money. He would lose a ton of money.
We always hear people like, oh, you just generated too late, or you just was a little too early.
Yeah. Shoot, think about that with you and Vince. We would say, Vince, you were a little too late. For you, you were a little too early.
Too early.
That's how it was. Vince was built for them early 2000s. If he's playing that era, Jamal Lewis, your Peyton Hillis, your Brandon, if he's that time frame, downhill, come on, man. He would live for that. But the timing was off. The rangy linebacker now, that's what you want now. We want sideline to sideline. Can you cover it? That's today's NFL, man. But yeah, it's craziness, man.
Covered. You get from this sideline to that side. You know? Yeah. When you watch Nakobe Dean's highlights of, like, when they were previewing him, all his highlights was sideline to sideline. It was nothing straight ahead. Sideline to sideline. Can you run over there and make Fred Warner? They argue Fred, best linebacker in the league right now. If you put him a couple years ago, he'd be a different player. Like, that was very physical. He might be a safety.
Ooh,
you know?
yeah.
it just was a different game. Like, it's hard to argue.
Now you really, I was winding down, but you threw in a little comment right there about Fred Warner. You say he was the best linebacker. I ain't know if I felt like I agreed with you all the way there. I kind of don't, because I kind of like Darius Leonard. I personally think that he's the best linebacker. That's just my energy with this thing. So you want to defend your case? How you want to do this thing real quick, man? I just need to know.
All the people that are true Mikes and Wills of the world.
Oh my
god, we know what's real.
Oh my!
My whole family went to South Carolina State. Shout out South Carolina State, HBCU. My whole family went there. But like Darius Leonard, I'm no disrespect. Like when my context be taken, like I think he's a good linebacker. He's a very good linebacker, all pro linebacker. Respect. I can't disrespect it. Right. I think he gets a lot of numbers, but you'll see him make a lot of plays downfield. He does. 6 yards, 8 yards. He hustles. He's a very good hustle man, and he's got that peanut punch. I respect his peanut punch.
That's productivity, though. That's productivity. We like that.
Productive. It is. I think Fred Warner is the best linebacker in the league right now. I think he's athletic. He's controlling. He controls the paint. He's athletic. He's athletic. He can run with your tight end. He can drop in coverage. You could argue that he's in that scheme, kind of like that Seattle scheme.
He is.
But we gave Bobby the best linebacker name for years.
True.
Exact same scheme. And Fred's very productive in that. Yes. I'm giving facts with it. Fred's very
like Fred like that?
He's sideline to sideline. He can cover the tight end.
You like Fred like Fred is nice. Fred is definitely nice.
Right, Fred. I'm afraid. I was a Luke guy for years.
See, I feel like you know what? I forgot. He's on the West Coast right now. That also plays it. He plays in San Fran. I forgot. Anybody in that West Coast, that northern West Coast region, you swear by any of those guys over there. I remember now. It's all good, man. It's all good, man.
Next time I come on,
Darius sideline to sideline. Darius sideline to sideline. Darius can play the run. Darius creates turnovers. Darius can cover. He gets you picks. And I like his size. And he's a small school guy on top of that, man. Shout out to the MEAC.
Darius gives me like a KJ Wright-ish type feel.
Yeah.
Lloyd, what's the Lloyd that just got drafted? Gives me his type feel.
Devin Lloyd, yeah.
Devin Lloyd. Like those are those type feels, and maybe that's your style of linebacker.
I like that style. I ain't gonna lie. I happen to like.
I can say the Steelers right now have 2 more type Fred Warner-ish type guys. They're more athletic.
Yeah.
Like I like the athlete. I love Nakobe Dean. I was a Nakobe Dean guy. I like the athlete. I like the guy that can get sideline to sideline, who can cover your tight end, who can live in a fire zone and match 3, who can cover 6 on the front side and take 3 vertical. Who can be in cover 6 on the backside and take 2 vertical to all the people.
True.
Have
that's a different animal. That's a different animal. Yeah.
And they wonder why the Steelers linebackers have such a appreciation, because they have to do these things. You know what I mean? You have to cover 2 vertical. You have to take 3 vertical. You have to take 3 on that 7 route, which is a corner route to all the people. Like you have to, and you have to carry that. So it's like, I think you got to be an athlete. I think people will no, I'm not going to start that. But I think
I'm not going to start that.
I just think you got to be an athlete in there. The position requires much more than the plunge. I'm okay with this peanut punch though. I respect it. I got this argument clean.
Yo, you just say, why you gotta call it I feel like you're disrespecting it by calling it the peanut. I feel like you're trying to undercut. I like the peanut punch, but when you say it the way you're saying it, it just seems like it's a little negative tone in how you say this peanut. It's got the little peanut punch. Why it's gotta be a little peanut punch? Why can't we respect the peanut? That's a real element. That's real.
And you know what? I'm not going to take that from him.
Yeah.
I'm not going to. You have to give him that. He has that. Protect the ball when you playing them boys. Just know he's going to punch. Where he punches, it might be 8 yards downfield.
Yo, wow. Now you try to call him drag down. That's crazy.
Bro.
He is a drag. He has drag down tendencies.
He's a drag down guy.
Shay would drag down. Shay used to drag down. He changed. He changed. He used to be a drag down. He definitely changed though.
I seen Shay used to put his hat on boys.
He changed. He did absolutely, but he used to be a drag. He was dragged down beforehand though. He was definitely dragged down beforehand.
No.
Oh, man, no. Come on now.
I seen Shaq had on Carlos Hyde, and you remember what that used to be.
No, facts.
Come on.
Okay.
I was a bull. Like, come on.
Oh, my
God. Come on.
Yo, you got to give Darius a little bit of credit here, man. I feel like you just trying to kill my dog Darius right here.
All pro this year? Was he first team All Pro?
He absolutely. He was either if he was the second team this year, he was first team the year before.
Respect. He's a Pro Bowler.
Absolutely, he's stamped. He has the credentials. He has all that.
But bro, all them dudes make the Pro Bowl, bro.
True.
You know that.
True.
All them dudes make the Pro Bowl. It's about them all pros, like
Yeah.
I seen Bobby wasn't a drag down guy.
Bobby he'll hit. Absolutely.
He wasn't a drag down guy. I seen drag down guys. We could argue Luke was a drag down guy, and I loved Luke.
Okay.
So I had no problem.
Shoot,
with
what was the
down.
homie in Kansas City? Oh my goodness, was it?
Oh yeah, he was the ultimate drag.
Derek Johnson. Yeah, would cut all the linemen. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So it's like I'm not, and I didn't like that. I didn't like that.
None of us liked it, but he was still nice though. He was nice, but nobody liked it. But he was nice though.
And maybe that's your argument right there. Maybe that's where you get it. Like a lot, because I know a lot of linebackers that love Darius Leonard as a person, as a human, good, everything, all good things to say. I'm more just saying his skill set. Fair. He can play. He makes plays. He gets picks. He's big in there.
Yeah.
So in his zone coverage, he's tough.
Mm-hmm.
He's tough. He's long. He's tall. But I mean, I've never seen him in man. I don't know what you're talking about with that. I've never quite seen that. And I mean, he's a drag down. He got his peanut punch. I respect his peanut punch.
Hey, yo, you are slanderous towards this man right now. This is crazy, TG. I did not think you were gonna slander Darius Leonard like this right now. I just can't believe this, man. Oh
it's
my
similar. It's similar to how people say a boxer just has knockout ability, but he doesn't know how to box.
Okay. Yeah.
Very similar to that.
Okay.
Like, we gotta respect it though.
So you call him Deontay Wilder is what you're telling me. So that's what it sounds like you just called this man, Deontay Wilder. Is that what you're telling me? Fred Warner is Tyson Fury. So it's Fred Warner, Tyson Fury, and Darius Leonard, Deontay Wilder. Is that what I'm hearing right now?
I just think you can put that punch in your game. I respect it though. He uses it. What?
I'll live with that. I'll live with
it. I respect it because he uses it.
I'll live with that. That'll work. That'll work.
He's conscious enough to use it.
I just cannot believe. Oh my God! I'm just trying to just get it all together here. I'm just getting it all together. We're okay.
Conscious enough to actually punish. He's conscious enough to do that. I respect that about it. I just think I'm gonna make a top 5 list for you. My next time on here, we gonna talk. I'm gonna make my top 5.
That's what we're gonna need. That works. That works.
I'm gonna make my top 5 insides. He'd probably be like 5 on mine.
All right. As long as he's on your list, I need to hear him on the list. If he's on the list, we can live with that. That's all I'm saying. I just felt like the energy early on was like he's not even in the conversation, and I'm like, hold on, that's the dog that I have in this fight. I like that dog right there.
It's not a bad dog to have in the fight.
I like that dog, man. I like that dog a lot.
You're an outside guy, though.
Fair enough. Absolutely. And that's why I respect what you're saying, man. I get it.
That's like me coming on here and being like, I don't think TJ is the best outside.
Right. And you're giving me Miles. You're saying, yo, it's Miles. And I'm like, yo, bro, no, like, I get what you're seeing, but I see this.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So much more to it.
Fair enough, man.
You feel that? So, respect. I'm not mad at you for it.
Let's go.
You a 4-3 outside. You a 3-4 outside. Like, you don't know the way to go.
So he's gonna shoot me on the way. That's crazy. He just shot me on the way out this thing, D. It wasn't. He done shot everybody else. He done shot Darren. He's like, you know what, Moats, man? You take 1, 2, man. All right, yeah. Like that, hey, man. That's just crazy, bro. Oh man.
4-3 outside, 3-4 outside.
He said you 4-3 outside. That's a little different. All right, you know, but you ain't in here. We in here.
Like in here. That's attached to the line, like you don't always know.
Yo, you trying to play? He said, "Yo, the sandwich." This is like some football slander. He trying to diss me on some football stuff right now, man. It's healthy though. It's healthy. It's good.
But it also low key sounded like he'd take Myles Garrett over TJ Watt.
Oh,
he did say that.
I would take TJ Watt. I would take TJ Watt.
Oh, I was like, yo, wait a minute now.
I'm a TJ guy. I love TJ's game. He got the complete game. Miles is the freak though. Miles is definitely. If you had the first pick in the draft, you would have picked Miles as well. And I'm sure I started a lot of beef with that.
So who you taking right now, man? First pick in the draft. TJ available, Miles available. Right now, who you going with?
Today. What defense am I running?
Oh man! Wow.
You could choose whatever defense you want to be running. How about that?
Let me say it like this. This is still,
wow.
Which one you going with?
Guy, so I would have to go with.
You a 3-4 guy now?
You like that?
Now you a 3-4 guy. Now you a 3-4 guy.
Man. I'm a 3-4 guy.
Wow. This is news. I'm just wow. Now you a 3-4. Okay.
I'm a 3-4 guy.
Okay.
If I jumped in a 4-3, I'll go with Miles, of course.
Okay.
If I'm in a 3-4, I'm going with TJ.
Okay.
Come on. That's how you avoid that. You see how you stay out of conflict?
that was real media savvy right there by you. Real media savvy. I respect that right there. My man say, yo, what's the defense? You know, I'm a 3-4 guy, so I'm going to go TJ. And there we have it. Yes.
Come on.
Yeah. Let's go. But no, man, as always, man, always a blast chatting with you, man. And we'll definitely do this again, man. We're going to have to get this top 5 LB thing going, man. We're going to have that conversation, man, without a doubt. Hey. And we're going to do the inside, but then after that, we're going to have to spin the block and come back to my arena, that outside as well.
You know the outside.
I'm about to say, yeah. I'm about to say, we're going to have to play this game. We can do that. All right, we're going to do that. But yeah, man, we definitely gonna do it again, though, man. So appreciate you as always, bro.
From the pit, not the palace.
Let's go, lock up, mate. Let's go. All right, bro. Peace.
Peace, bro.
Let's go, man. Shout out Steelers alum, West Virginia Mountaineer, Terence Garvin, a.k.a. my locker mate. Yeah, he was spicy, bro. Yes. Yo, I like that, though. I like that. I can respect that. He really gave me some shots, though, man.
Yeah, it does definitely sound like he's taking Myles Garrett over TJ Watt.
It low-key sounded like that. Did you hear that? I felt like that was the energy that I was receiving as well.
Hey, man.
Definitely seemed like that.
Hey. You even gave him first-round pick right now.
Yeah.
Based off all the production that we've seen.
Based on the reigning depot.
Because he was right in terms of if you had to go back, with the number 1 overall pick coming out of college, I think everyone would take Myles Garrett. But now, 4 years in, is it 4 years, 5 years in both their careers? Come on, dude.
Yeah.
Everything's in TJ's direction. Got a depoy for a reason.
Mm-hmm. I would agree, man.
What do we got next, though? Do we want to read these super chats?
Let's get these supers. Yeah. Let's knock through all these supers real quick.
All right, so we did the Deshaun Watson one with Let's Go UW. Fisher Momentum says Calvin got that contract. Let's go. Yeah, we signed Calvin Austin III.
Oh, sweet. Okay, good.
Also says a video of Watson. I did see this. Of Watson and Mia Khalifa.
Oh, yeah.
Surface, bro.
Yeah. Apparently, they're saying like it's an older video. For those that don't know who Miss Khalifa is, no, she is not related to Wiz Khalifa or married to Wiz Khalifa. No, she is a adult film star. Yeah, who's in that industry. So obviously, a video surfacing with her at Deshaun Watson's house. During this time frame with all the allegations coming out, probably not the best in terms of timing, regardless of when it did actually happen. It just doesn't look the best right now, but still nothing against the law in that sense. It's just,
Rod Dollars does agree with you. He says the video of Watson and Mia Khalifa is old people.
Yeah, that's definitely old.
Been seen that years ago. So.
I would say I've definitely, and when we say we've seen it, I'm not speaking for Rod. I'm speaking for me. I've seen that video in terms of them together. She's shooting the basketball and how I've seen that video.
I think that's the one we're all talking
before.
About.
Yes, I haven't seen any other video. I'm just throwing that out there. I felt like I needed to say that when Rod said, "Oh, I see that video." Wow, I'm like, I don't want any for those that can't visually see us, because we do have the audio only crowd. Arthur Moats did not watch any video of anything outside of what was seen on social media where Miss Khalifa, I'm just calling her Miss Khalifa, is shooting a basketball with Deshaun Watson. That's all I saw. Okay.
Dan Zeller. I didn't know that. I thought it was recent. Dan Zeller says, Moats wasn't excited about Mitch early on. Mm-hmm. Has your opinion changed at all?
In terms of being excited about Mitch, I will say this. It's changed in the sense of my alumni has kicked in. And that's with me being down, covering the OTA practices live and stuff. Just being down there, feeling the energy, being back around the guys, the coaching staff, training staff, security, the chefs, the garbage people, like everybody. It's just, it hits. It feels like home because that's what it is. You know what I mean? So, yes, it's changed, but more so because of that. From what I've seen on the field, it's what I've seen from Mitch. So that's not going to wow me in a sense, but I do think when we're talking about how we rate him, that's why I've been higher on him, because he has been doing exactly what it looks like he did on film, which is good things. We just feel like he's limited in some capacities, but I think that his performance has still been really good and consistent across the board in every OTA practice. But the alumni element, that closeness, that, we are all a part of this Steeler family, and now me being down there, seeing and interacting, yes, that's the other part where it's like, oh yeah, I'm way more excited about a lot of these dudes because of that. And I'm glad I actually do get to experience that, because I think that it gives me a little bit more understanding and sometimes empathy in certain situations now that I'm back boots on the ground. Shout out to COVID kind of easing up in that vein, because that was why I wasn't able to be down the past couple of years. So
OTAs this week, or is it over?
Yeah. This is the last week of OTAs, and they'll have mini camp next week.
Okay, so you got
so I'll be down
Tuesday,
there,
Thursday,
Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah,
nice.
Yep. So
more reports.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We are on Wednesday, man. We'll have 2 days of practice that I'll be able to give the full recap and rundowns on, man.
Calculated Snipe says extra shot for draft pick, something for Pro Bowl effort.
Oh, okay. That's actually low key in terms of.
So what is that exactly?
If the AFC, say the AFC wins, then every AFC team could get extra draft pick. That's what he's saying. Extra shot for a draft pick. Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily incentivize the players, though.
Not really, because I'm be looking like, bro, you want me to give you a guy that's going to potentially come and try to take my job? No, I'm cool on that, man.
Yeah.
I don't want that energy. No.
But what would it be? Third round pick, fourth rounder?
Conditional fourth. It's always conditional.
Fourth?
Conditional fourth.
Have to be a fourth
round
round
pick. How much do they win by?
That'd be a good one, too.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't think of that.
That's different, man.
I didn't think of that. It was something to throw out there. You still want the Pro Bowlers there and playing for something, playing with effort. I don't know if that would get in there. Yeah. I don't, because you're right. It's like, why am I playing harder to bring an extra guy in? That could be my position.
And I'm only helping out corporate. That helps the organization. That don't necessarily help the player, though. Yeah.
I guess it wouldn't hurt as an add-on.
Fair.
The main theme that we were talking about, though, is just increase the money.
Yeah, you increase the
pay. That's got to probably be the base, the foundation of it all.
Yeah, and giving a draft pick is only going to make the team excited. Us as players, we like, bro, I'm cool on y'all, man.
Well, and how much bigger of an advantage is it, too, if half of the AFC is all getting these picks?
Oh, and yeah,
it's a little advantage over the NFC, but it ain't that deep, though. I mean,
but when you're talking every AFC team getting an additional draft pick, that could be significant.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just, man.
But it depends on what draft pick it is. If it's a 6 or a 7, it's not as bad.
But you're all picking in the same spot, though, too. It would just be 15 picks of all the teams.
Yeah, you're right. They'd have to figure that out. Yeah,
I don't think it'd be like that much of an advantage. It would just be over the NFC teams. That's it. For that round.
No. I'm saying, but if they're all getting an additional pick, though, that still could be a little bit more of an advantage.
It's nice. Yeah. It's nice.
Because if all of us are getting 7 picks, but now we get 8 because we won, and our 8th pick is in the 3rd round, well, we're going to have an advantage over you because we're going to be able to get 2 high-quality 3rd round picks. We're only going to get 1 high-quality player in that 3rd round.
But that's all. Let's just say the AFC won. That'd just be against the NFC, because all the AFC teams would get
it. But for the NFC,
4th round pick,
that's significant for the NFC teams, though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but it goes back to, are the players caring that much about it?
No, we don't care about draft picks like that. Not at all.
Yeah.
Y'all can have that.
You're right. It would be kind of cool for the fans, I guess. Yeah. But then it's, like I said, it's cool just to say, like, hey, we got the extra draft pick. But then it gets lessened a little bit knowing, 14 other teams got an extra draft pick too. It's cool. It's still not. There's nothing wrong with it, but
or if you did it for the MVP of the game.
MVP of the game.
Whoever gets the MVP, their team gets the extra draft pick.
That's not bad. Yeah, because you want it to be special, I feel.
Yeah.
You want it to be special somehow, some way.
If you get the MVP, your team will get a second round pick or third round pick.
What about you go just full, like what they do in stadiums during, let's say, the third quarter. Everyone wins a free cheeseburger if the team scores a touchdown here. If your team scores a touchdown in the third quarter, you get an extra third round pick.
Dudes, we go crazy.
So it could either be the quarterback, the running back, receiver, whoever it is. If your team scores a touchdown, you get the third round. That would be fun.
That would be.
I'll tell you what, I would tune in for that.
I, for a fact, would tune in as well, man.
I'll tell you what. Well, so why not do that? Increase the money.
Yeah. That could work, man.
People be tuning in.
That could definitely work,
People
man.
will definitely be tuning in. Let's go, UW. Deke just don't care about the big man up front.
Facts, man. You don't be like an OD lineman, O lineman, man.
He's talking about the Pro Bowl, right? We're talking about some of that stuff.
Yeah. Because, you don't respect no offensive lineman, D lineman, man. Show some love.
Now, I think this one's going to be on you now because the chat completely jumped on me, and I just have official momentum's last comment, I think. No, I don't even have that anymore.
All right. Let me see where we are at. Deke just don't care about the big man up front. Okay, AJ Martinez. Shout out to that homie AJ. What up, dope? He says, I'm running late. No, you're not your own time. He says, blessings to all. Go Steelers. I need Moats and Deke 5 days a week. Man, 5 days a week. That's, well, maybe one day. I was say, I don't know if I'm going to work that much, man. That's a lot to work, man. 5 days a week. Unless I quit everything else, though. That could work, yeah.
What did Big Ben say? Never say never.
There we go. Never say never.
Yeah.
Or was that Coach Thomas?
Oh, yeah, but he said never, too. He said never say. That was about
never
the USC
say never,
thing.
but never.
So that's actually not a good quote to be using for this. How about just say never say never?
Yeah. Never
because he said never say never, but never.
Yeah.
Which basically, he was saying never.
Yeah.
So just say never say never.
Never say never.
You never know.
We'll see what the future holds.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah, we'll see. But I tried my best actually to not work 5 days a week. I'm retired, remember? I'm working on golfing, man. Me and my little man, we about to go golfing in a little bit, man. I got the golf event coming up on Monday, man. I'm trying to get my golf on. Deke took me out golfing. I got the golf itch all of a sudden, man. I'm finna get my golf on, baby. Let's go. It's gonna be dope, man. It's gonna be dope. Alrighty. But we will keep the content coming though, AJ. All right, next up, official momentum. He says, will James Washington be better in Dallas? To me, I think yes, if he has the opportunities. On paper right now, he should get those opportunities based on the guys that have left. And I do feel like James could be a really good player for them, especially because he's not going to have to be the number one guy down there. He would be that third guy potentially, and if he can consistently get those opportunities, I do think that he would be a more productive player. Whereas here, we just never really used him. That was the big hiccup or hang up in that situation.
They do have him listed at number 3.
Yeah.
CD Lamb, Michael Gallup, then James Washington. The rest of the guys, he's definitely going to have a role. Jalen Tolbert, Noah Brown, Simi Fehoko.
Yeah. He'll be third.
Bunch of no names that I've never heard of.
Yeah, he's going to be the third guy.
Yeah, this might be his best season.
That's kind of how I feel. But I don't think that makes necessarily he's a better player because I think there's just the opportunity. He's going to have that third role that we thought that he was going to get here when Juju got hurt. That's what he's going to get legitimately there. And with two really high-end talents, when you talk about CD Lamb and Michael Gallup, man, both of them dudes, very productive, like, just as a whole. I like that offense a little bit. Every once in a while, I like the offense when they all healthy.
So in 2019, he had 735 yards and 3 touchdowns, 44 receptions. Yeah. If Dak's passing a lot, it's definitely feasible. And Dak
he can doing a lot, man.
So I could see him getting between 700 and 800 yards and maybe an uptick in those touchdowns. It goes from 3 to like 5 or 6, maybe 7. Yeah. Which would hence make that the best season he's had in his career. I wouldn't be surprised, especially like he has a role now for sure. Yeah. He should be on the field 60-70% of the time because they do a lot of 3 wide receiver sets.
Yeah, and they like to throw that rock, man. Especially because you got Dak getting paid what he's getting paid now, so you got to live with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it, though. That was a good question right there, Official Momentum. Shout out to you. All right, he also says, guy who wrote the article must work for CNN or Fox.
What articles he's talking about?
I don't know. Which article was it? Man, hold on now.
I honestly don't remember. This was probably earlier, right?
Yeah.
What article were we talking about?
Because we talked about the Meril the Meril article.
That's what it was, probably. But the article was just referencing what Meril Hodge was talking about. Like, the guy that wrote the article didn't make up the quotes. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. I was lost. I was like, man, wait a minute now.
I think he's shitting on the guy that wrote the Meril Hodge article.
He don't
but
like
Meril
the tone
Hodge,
of it. He don't like him. Okay.
Maybe that's it. But we literally read Meril Hodge's quotes, though.
We
It's
didn't
not on the guy who wrote the article.
Yeah, we didn't read anything from the guy.
Yeah.
I don't think you did, at least, right?
I did not.
Yeah,
no.
so we just read the quotation parts from Meril. Yeah, I think that's what he's talking about.
I think he's talking about that article, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Just to give him some clarity.
Because I don't think we had an article with Watson, did we? No, it was just, we were just talking about the craft.
We talked about the Pro Bowl. Yeah. I don't think we read anything about that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That had to be it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's see what we got next. Official momentum. Official momentum. Because it's up here a lot. Shout out to you, official momentum. AJ Martinez first. He says, Deke, ... shots fired. Middle linebackers in trouble. Or is he saying?
Did I say something?
I don't know, bro. I'm trying to think.
Middle linebackers.
He says
in trouble.
MLB's in trouble. Yeah.
This is bad.
Shots fired. Middle linebackers in trouble.
Is he MLBs?
Yeah, he says MLB apostrophe S. So
maybe
it's not even
maybe
MLB.
He's talking about. He might be talking about the MLB league, the Pirates. Watch out. Maybe that's what he's saying.
MLBs?
Because Pirates are on a run a little bit.
Maybe
he's combining MLB is with MLB's in trouble. Because you would say it like that. MLB's in trouble.
Yeah, but
MLB is in trouble. You can say it like that, but the quick way to say it, MLB's in trouble.
That's how you would say that?
I would say it like that. I wouldn't type it like that, probably. I think you're right.
That's what's throwing me off, the apostrophe S. I'm like, if it was like just the MLB.
We were talking about the Pirates. I said they're on a little bit of a streak.
Some part.
Or he could be talking about the Steelers linebackers. But
maybe
I thought we were talking.
Baseball. It's definitely MLB apostrophe S though.
But I thought we were talking more highly about Devin Bush for this upcoming season and the addition of Miles Jack. I think our middle linebackers are going to be fine, especially Brian Flores.
Yeah, unless the issue is if Robert Spillane's our best inside linebacker, then he's saying the MLBs are in trouble. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe it's baseball. I don't know, bro. It's really confused me, though.
Todd Sikowski saying he's talking about the Hodge comments. He's using the Hodge comments
to say that the MLBs are in trouble.
I think so.
Fair enough. That works. That definitely works.
Richard Stone saying I thought it was baseball. So no one knows.
Yeah. When I first looked, I'm like, oh, it's definitely baseball. Then I'm like, MLBs. And I was like, huh?
That's what Small Ben says. He says MLB is. I don't know. It's funny.
And why is the shots fired unless...
I think he was saying that I was taking shots at the MLB, saying watch out for the Pirates.
That's what it is?
I think so.
Okay, we'll go with that then, I guess. Oh, yeah, I guess we're going to roll with that.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, because I'm so confused. Y'all was making my hair hurt right there, man. Jeez. All right. Shout out to you, though, AJ Martinez. We definitely appreciate you, as always. Official Momentum says, we should call and talk about replacement players. And I'm saying whoever talks about on Devin Bush.
Yeah. So I guess if someone's ripping on Bush, they're reporting some shady news or something. I guess that's what he's saying. He's saying they're not accurate. You got to watch out for them. They're just trying to get clicks. Who knows? They're just trying to get clicks. I think that's what he's going for.
Fair enough. That works.
It's just too much Devin Bush slander out there. I think that's what he's saying.
That is like the new hot. Like that's the clickbait.
I think that's what he's going for.
Yeah, you want a headline to say something negative about Devin? Oh yeah, we agree with that. Yeah. So maybe that is the case then.
I don't know if Hodge was going for that though.
I don't think so either.
I think he's trying to live a low key life these days.
From my understanding, he definitely likes a low key off the grid life. Yes, this is true. This is definitely true.
He just had to say how he felt.
Sometimes you got to get it off your chest. We are pro get it off your chest.
And
we talk about that all the time.
We get to respond to it.
Yeah, we say it all the time.
This was our reaction.
Get it off your chest. Let us know how you feel. He just did it, you know.
That's it for the comments then, huh?
Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
Super chats.
All righty. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is the NBA Finals, recapping Game 2. Where the Golden State Warriors rectified said L that they took in Game 1 and proceeded to get really, really active on those on those Boston Celtics, man. Thought that Steph once again balled out. He's definitely putting on his best performance right now for MVP chances. I'm liking what I'm seeing back-to-back games from him. Jordan Poole obviously had another, well, I want to say another good night, but he balled out in a big way, man. I thought that
he had some opportunistic shots, I think.
Very true. He had some moments.
Yeah.
We like moments, though, right? We like moments. We're all for that, man. Also thought that in terms of just Golden State as a whole, their role players played better. I don't want to call Draymond a role player, but he played a lot better. Clay still hasn't had that Clay game just yet. He had, 11 points yesterday, but he still was good enough. You know what I mean? But I just thought as a whole, like, even Wiggins played better. When you look at Boston, the difference was their role players didn't play as good. I thought that Tatum and Brown, they came out the gate hot. They were going crazy early on. But from there, you go through this law of the turnovers. Like, I don't know why Boston goes through this where they just turn the ball over. It's like, if you protect the ball, y'all low-key might be up 2-0 right now. But they just can't consistently protect the ball. That's what got them in trouble versus Miami as well. But then you look at Marcus Smart and Al Horford. Those were the two, to me, seeing their just bad performance as a whole. Like, that was the difference to me in terms of game 1 versus game 2.
Yeah, think of what they did in game 1.
Yeah.
This game, combined 2 points.
Yeah. Nuts. Can't win like that, bro. Yeah.
I think I'd give some credit to the Warriors' defense, though,
I would as well.
Because a lot of people are talking about how this is the NBA Finals. Refs are going to hold on to the whistles. They're going to let them play. And that's going to be a huge advantage to Boston because of their size, because of their defense, their physicality. I think the Warriors matched it. If not, was the more physical team yesterday. I mean, there were some throws where, Jason Tatum is just literally throwing it right to one of the Warriors players as he's trying to drive. Like, that was happening. But I do think the Warriors' defense was holding up. They were making every drive tough. Curry was I think he's playing a little bit more physical than what he usually is. So, I want to give the credit to, some of the credit at least, to the Warriors' defense. And you're right with Steph. Just balled out, man. He just balled out.
Yo, I'm hoping that it works out for my man, yo. Since I'm Dub Nation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what's interesting to me, too, about this game was how the first half actually looked like it was a little bit more in the Celtics' favor. I can't remember how it ended because there were so many shots flying the end of the first quarter and end of the second quarter where there was some trading going on. Jordan Poole made one like at half court or something. But anyway, it was a close game right after half. It was like
it was a 2-point game.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. Golden State was up 2-1.5. It was like, 52-50? Yeah.
Yeah, but then the third quarter, is this really a thing with Boston where
they always play bad in the third?
They just lapse in the third.
And Golden State always plays good in the third. That is
this was the epitome of that.
Yes, this ever since,
because the fourth quarter was irrelevant pretty much.
Literally ever since Steve Kerr has gotten there, that's been the Warriors' thing. Their third quarters, they forever like that first half, and it could be a 2-point game. It could be them trailing. Even when Durant was there, halftime game's always close. That third quarter, I don't know what they do at halftime, but in the third quarter, Golden State historically, they just dominate those quarters. And was it 35-15? I think it was the point differential in that third quarter. That is what Golden State does, man.
The point differential was their form in game 1 too. It was just the Celtics had the best fourth quarter of their lives. Yeah,
literally, it's like 40 points, like it's nuts. But that's what they do. I do not know why, how, consistently though. That's their thing, man. So, but now I did want to ask you, though, man, did you see the situation with Draymond? Him and, who is he? Oh, my goodness.
I saw he tackled someone, and then...
and like...
There was another one...
Would you have wanted him to get ejected, essentially,
No, because the one that they would have been talking about him getting ejected
was the second one. Mm-hmm.
Where he kind of fell into the dude taking the three-pointer.
Was it Brown? Because Brown like walks over him and then he like pushes him in the back. Then he pushes him. Then they get up and all that stuff. So
no, I don't think it was that deep.
Yeah.
No, I don't think you eject him.
I would agree, but I did see a lot of people asking for that though.
No, I think Draymond, he was trying to be a nuisance, getting the Celtics head, and he did that. And I didn't think it crossed lines. I don't think it crossed lines. No, yeah. I really didn't.
Yeah, I just feel like for him, man, I think his reputation definitely makes him always come up in these conversations. I think if that's any other player in that scenario, we're not even tripping on it. We're like, all right, it is what it is. But because it's Draymond, anything that looks slightly questionable or aggressive, we're like, yo, tech him up. And in that situation, it would have been his second tech. That would have been the ejection. That would have been the reason for it. But it's just like, yo, why do you always be trying? I get it. Draymond is like, he is an irritant. He is a nuisance. But he's a dude that balls. You need him to play well to win. Like, that's the reality of it, man. Yeah.
This was the game for me that made me realize or made me remember why the casinos or the sports books actually had the Warriors as the favorite, as opposed to ESPN saying, the 86% chance that the Celtics win this. Because maybe based off your analytics, all this other stuff, that may be true.
Yeah.
But there is something to the been there, done that, and it looked like the Warriors
been there and done that.
Exactly. Yeah. They have Steph Curry. They have all these dudes that they know this is a 7-game series. We're gonna fight through because Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, you're right, getting off to the hot starts, but then where are they in the second half?
They get cold. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, I think if anything, this makes my pick look a lot better.
Well, it makes your pick
coming from this game too. We both pick Warriors.
Okay, yeah. I'm Dub Nation. I was about to say, make sure you're on my team.
And my Steph Curry MVP pick, actually.
Yeah, well, see, I'm with you on that. Oh, shout out to the 10. All right. Yeah, he's looking real good right now.
Yeah, it's between, definitely him for the Warriors. Celtics,
Tatum.
It'd be Tatum, probably.
Yeah, Tatum went for 29 last night. What did he have in game one? Game one, it wasn't the best, but he still played well enough.
He had the assist and everything. Yeah. Yeah, because after Marcus Smart and Horford's performance yesterday.
Yeah, that ain't no way. Ain't no way.
No.
What about Jordan Poole?
No, not doing enough.
Nah. Okay.
Not doing enough. Definitely in game one. And that's what I said. I think he had his moments.
Yeah. At
the same time, Steph is the engine. And what's funny is, did you see this comment circulating recently?
What?
Actually, I guess it was last night when Draymond said it. It was either last night or today. I can't remember. But he said, Steph is like how this offense goes. And then he goes, always been this way, even with KD.
I see you, Draymond. I see KD.
Apparently they're boys though, right?
Yeah, they are. But that's Ooh. KD was over there trying to brush his hair. Maybe not, but either way, bink. I hear you, Draymond. I hear you.
KD, I think I heard this on Coward.
Yeah.
Rooting against Warriors pretty hard right now.
Probably would make sense if you're KD for your legacy. Warriors winning a championship without you and everything that's taking place with your career pre and post Golden State, that's a bad look. It could definitely be a bad look.
It's funny even too, the whole stat that
they said, dude,
not the stat, but Kyrie off the Celtics, they go to the finals. KD off the Warriors, they're still in the finals.
It's nuts. My question is this though.
And then they got swept.
If Steph wins, championship right now, does that put him past Durant in terms of all-time status?
Yeah. He might even be right now, but yeah.
Fair enough.
It's probably close right now.
I think it's close right now because KD can, I think the size and the shooting and the just everything he's able to do is so, it taps into both. It taps into the skill of the shooter like Steph, but it also gives you that nostalgia like Jordan when he can go to the cup and dunk on somebody. Steph can give you just the one, but he does it better than anybody we've ever seen. So I think that does make it a little kind of like, all right, which one do you prefer? But in terms of the accolades, I mean, they're both, actually Durant's probably more decorated because they both have a regular season MVP.
Steph's got 2.
But Durant has 2 finals MVPs on top of that.
Yeah.
That's the difference. So he has 2 final MVPs
Durant
and 1 regular
Steph's
season.
Team, though, dude.
Yeah, but he went to his team and won MVP.
Yeah, but it's almost like Steph let him.
No, I wouldn't say that. I would definitely not say that.
I do think Durant was the best player. Obviously, he deserved those MVPs. Absolutely. But I'm just saying they were still getting to those finals without Durant anyway.
I would agree with that as well.
And
would
Steph,
they have won them,
Steph,
though? Would they have won them, though? Because we saw them the year prior, 72-9.
I don't know if they would have won them. I don't.
That's the difference, yeah. Like, to me, at least.
It would have been more interesting.
Oh, 100% it would have. They probably split. And I think we both said that before, that they would probably have split those finals. But to me, Durant was their best player. Durant deserved to be the MVP back-to-back years. And he would have got that third one if they would have all been healthy and he would have won it again. I mean, they would have won the chip again.
I don't know. Steph was playing good in those finals, and because Durant didn't play all of them.
That's why I said if he was healthy, I do think that it would have been the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Because remember, he missed it all with they were calling it the calf injury initially, and then he came back for game 1 or game 2 in the NBA Finals, and that's when He really just went down. We saw it.
I think I'm leaning Steph right now. Well, I can't admit it's close. You could probably. I don't know if you can convince me one way or another. I just think there's something to. Steph built this thing. KD went to his team, and Steph is still doing it, and at a very high level without him, and getting them back like this. Because even if they lose this, it's like.
But this feels like the old Golden State right here. This feels like pre-KD Golden State. This is the Golden State that people like legit love to watch. When Durant went there, that's when it became like, yo, we can't stand y'all. Like, what are y'all doing to the game? This is back to like, yo, I like watching this. I want to see this group. Like, y'all are fun to root for. Y'all are exciting. This style, like, yeah, that's what it is. So without a doubt, man, if they win that, man, it's gonna be nice.
Yeah, even if they don't, I just think Steph's been the steady leader throughout all this, and I do think it's a little bit of a credit to Steph Curry for Durant going to the Warriors as the leader, as the engine, as Draymond would say.
So hold on now, because this is my next question. Now, granted, it's different because we know the circumstances in which Durant went to Golden State. But how are you viewing the whole D-Wade Bron situation? Because that was technically D-Wade's team before Bron went there.
But D-Wade versus Steph, it's not even close.
I'm just, whoa.
As in, D-Wade, decline. Steph, just as good throughout this whole time.
D-Wade was still nice when Bron was down there. We're not going to act like he wasn't.
First year. Yeah, he was fine. He was fine, but it was clear what needed to happen that year, too, in terms of, like, LeBron's that guy.
You don't think if they would have tried to... I just think that them deciding to play through Durant being their guy, the ball handle and all that other stuff, I just think that, to me, that means a lot more than it just being, Steph was here first.
Like, if they would have had Harrison Barnes.
Like, he took over the squad. That was his squad.
Like, if they would have kept Barnes, I think they would have been just fine.
Man, stop it.
It's just Steph would have had some more points. Clay would have maybe had some more points.
Stop it. We're talking about tangible championships, not just making it there, and we're asking, hey, do you want them or not? Dude. Durant swung that. It guaranteed it for these dudes,
but they won the most regular season games without Durant anyway.
Yeah, but they didn't win a championship that year. Shout out to Bron.
I know, but come on. I mean, they would have been back in the finals. Come on.
Unless OKC would have found a way to close them out, because remember, they had the opportunity to close them out.
But what happened? KD went to the team.
I know.
Come on, dude.
I know. And that's what makes it so weak.
This is why Steph's ever Durant.
That's what makes it so weak. I'm with you. That's what makes it so weak, and I'm with you. But if that move does not happen, to me, I'm like, yo, Durant is in the conversation. That's all I'm saying, man.
Oh, no, I still think he's in the conversation. I'm just putting Steph over him. Now, if you think Durant's up, fine, that's your opinion. I just don't think you can convince me. I just don't think anyone can actually... You can have all the arguments, KD, the stats, blah, blah, blah. Maybe if you're drafting a team, he's like the prototypical superstar you'd want, just because Steph's so smart. It's like, I don't know, man. Steph gets it done. He's a leader.
Yeah.
Warriors have been in it all these years. The only times they haven't is because of all these crazy-ass injuries and stuff, and now they're back. No Durant.
Fair.
Randomly, Wiggins is reinvented over here. Clay Thompson. Like, that's the thing.
Clay ain't even playing good.
Dude, I was going to say.
Right. Clay not even playing good.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
Steph has been that steady guy. Clay Thompson, shell of himself from what he was in terms of, like, the Splash Brothers. Yeah. Jordan Poole is nice, but you can see the difference of... You making some nice shots and being a 20-point contributor we can count on.
He is the
exactly.
Moment guy.
That's a difference. Yeah. Wiggins, are you relying on him for 20, 25 plus every night? Every
Steph
night like that?
Steph definitely is the guy.
That's what I'm saying. Draymond, he might have a game where he has 4 points. Obviously, he's always going to do the garbage stuff where he's getting the rebounds, the gritty things, has nice passing. But Steph, I'm just taking Steph over Durant.
Fair enough.
I am.
I don't like it, but I respect it.
You're thinking Durant.
Because I'm a fan of, like...
But if Steph wins this...
No. Because this is always my situation. Whenever it comes down to who I like over another player, I always say to myself, if they're playing one-on-one, who's going to win? And at the end of the day...
Shaq.
And at the end... If Shaq gets the ball first, who's going to win?
Who would go up against him?
It would have to be, like, Olajuwon, Ewan, those type of guys. But, like, to me, Durant is a guard. He plays guard for whatever you want to classify him as, but if he is playing one-on-one against Curry, I feel like he's going to be able to guard Curry. Curry can't guard Durant. So I side with Durant. Durantula. Easy money sniper.
So what about the case of Jordan versus Shaq in the one-on-one scenario?
How are we we compare? Jordan is gonna beat Shaq if Jordan gets the ball first. If Shaq gets the ball first, Jordan is gonna be in for a long night. You're talking about the most dominant big man in the game. All that Jordan, I'm gonna go around the back, I'm gonna try to be clever. That's what Shaq does. That's why I said if Shaq gets the ball first. If Jordan gets the ball first, it's the exact same argument. Man, he can't guard him. He gonna he gonna get with it. But if Shaq gets that ball first, Shaq taking on the mouse in the house, barbecue chicken, whatever else you want to say, and he gonna shine. He gonna get nasty with it. Yeah.
So Shaq is in your top 3, top 5.
Shaq for me is always in my top. I love Shaq. Shaq is you saw my birthday pick. My top 3 in terms of just favorite, or I wouldn't say top 3. My top 5 just favorite players in no particular order: Jordan, Bron, AI, Shaq, and Kobe. That's my other guy. So it's those are my dudes. I don't care about the order. When we talk all the times, I don't care about those are my guys. Partly because that was the era I grew up in. One guy from the crib in terms of AI. Bron is my version of Jordan that everybody else got to experience, but I'm still old enough that I got to experience Jordan while he was still Jordan with the Bulls. So it's I forever love that. It's how can you not love Kobe? 8 and 24. I was an 8 guy. You know what I'm saying? Back with the Adidas and the Fro, because that's when him and Shaq was getting it in. So that's why for me I always loved the 8 instead of the 24. But I respect the 24 as well. 24 just as nice. Yeah. Those my dudes, man.
So going back to Boston here, game 3. Mm-hmm. Any takes on that?
Lucky, I think Boston wins game 3, bro. I don't think that Smart and Horford are going to play that bad again. I think that obviously we know the anticipation was that they were going to lose 2 games in Golden State. They won game 1, so they had to split. So it's cool. We figured one of these were going to be a blowout. We just thought it was going to be game 1 instead of game 2. I still feel coming back to Boston, I don't think they win both. I think they'll split, but I think that they win game 3 back at home. You're talking about them having a finals game for the first time in how long with this young group? They're going to be amped. They're going to be jacked out of their minds, and they're going to be pissed because they're coming off of a loss, and they haven't had back-to-back losses at all in these NBA playoffs this far this year.
So you think it just splits again?
I do personally, yeah. Because I don't see Golden State getting
beat
twice. I don't see Golden State losing back-to-back either. But I don't see Boston losing game 3 at the house first time. I don't see that happening, bro.
Yeah, it's this weird thing where it's just what role players step up, man. Because if Klay keeps playing like this, that's not good for the Warriors.
But Klay's going to have one of them games. It's game 6 Klay, but it can be in game 5. That's what it was versus Dallas. So it's I know one of these, he's going to have one of them moments, one of those games. And you just got to live with it. You just tip your cap to it. If you survive it, great. Most people don't, though. So I'm assuming that one of these 3-4 is going to be that game. I'm just saying it's 4 instead of 3.
Yeah. That's what it's come down to, game 1 versus game 2. Boston's role players really stepped up. Warriors across the board. It wasn't one individual guy was crazy better than anyone else, but they all contributed. And Boston couldn't shoot. They went cool, turnovers. They just played terrible. Yeah, all around. Even with the hot starts with Tatum and Brown, they just started to fold in the second half like that. But yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. I mean, I got Warriors for the series. I hate this shit because it's so tough to predict.
Yeah,
but your theory's right about Boston going back home. You think the energy's going to be there and everything, and maybe they could sneak one out. It'd be close if Boston does win. It's definitely gonna be close. I think they are favored. I mean, it's -3 or -3.5.
Do you think we're gonna see any more blowouts? Because I don't think we're gonna get any more blowouts. I think the rest of these games are gonna be very close.
If it did.
Put it like this: if they get up 2, then that fourth one, whenever they do win that fourth one, it could get ugly.
Yeah,
especially if it's back in the Bay.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm still holding on to my Warriors pick.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Celtics. Yeah, I guess they could win. It's such a cop out answer. I don't know. I don't know.
That's the series though. And this is weird because we haven't had a finals like this in a minute, bro. Where it's legit. I think it could go either or. I guess how'd you feel about last year's one? I guess we looked at that, could go either or too, huh? Or were we all leaning Giannis? I don't know.
No, Suns came out hot that series.
They did. They up 2-0, right?
I think they were.
They were up 2-0. You're right. Excuse me on that. Yeah.
I think they were.
Yeah.
We were talking about Suns winning the championship.
Yeah. You're right. Excuse me then. So this is actually fun.
I could be wrong on that, but I'm almost 100% sure.
No, that does seem right.
And then I think Giannis won 4 in a row.
Yeah. Giannis went crazy, and he gave him the 50 and got the Nuggets afterwards. Yeah.
I almost want to check that. But in terms of going either or, I think I felt that way going into it because it's two unproven teams in terms of being in the finals. And two different kind of styles of play, too.
No, very
and
true.
How they're relying on winning. That's how I felt. It was definitely either or. And then, the Warriors-Raptors was just weird. I mean, Lakers-Heat, we knew Lakers were going to win. In terms of...
We didn't necessarily
Dude, they were going to win that.
We didn't know that.
Come on, dude.
It was in the bubble. We never saw AD in the championship. We didn't know how
against
that was going to go.
Heat team. Well,
we just knew it was Bron. The Heat team was nice.
Heat were banged up, though, too.
Yeah, but they were still
They lost some guys on their way to the finals. All right, let me check this.
Hey, man, don't be trying to discredit my dog Bron championship like that. I don't really appreciate you saying that right there. I feel like, why are my people
I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm saying that's how good LeBron was.
Okay. I was about to say, man, I'm
4-2.
Dang, yeah.
It was 4-2.
4 in a row then, yeah. Phoenix
leads 1-0. Phoenix leads 2-0.
Yeah, that was it.
And then the last 4, it's rest is history.
Giannis.
That's what it was. We do have some good memories still.
Hey, shout out to us, man.
All right, you want me to read some of these super chats?
Yeah, let's get that, man. Absolutely.
Fish Momentum says, Deke, when is your band playing again? I got a private show this weekend.
Private show?
Country club, yeah.
Introduce us to the homies. What's up? What you mean a private show,
I can't get people in.
Come on, man. TG was on stage with AB.
I can't get people in.
What?
I'm sorry.
Oh, man, that's selfish.
I'm sorry.
Private show. Hold on. What you mean by private, though?
Country club.
Oh, like that type of private. I just checking. I ain't know what you meant.
I forget what it is. There's like a Summer Slam at the country club.
Oh, Summer Slam. Huh? Oh, it's private. Oh, okay. I don't know what y'all got going on, man. Hey, hey, now. You know what? Yeah, no cameras allowed, I'm sure. Okay.
Come on here. Sorry I'm late. That Celtics turnovers took a toll on me.
I can see it.
Also, last night, made it to the Super Bowl with Mitchburg and Mott. And EA glitched my Super Bowl as an L. Rest in peace. Dude, it happened to me. I know the feeling. It happened to me.
How does that work now?
I told you about that lag switch. Someone did it to me in the Super Bowl. It was terrible.
Wow.
I was going to smoke this clown. Trust me. His second pass through a pick. Didn't look like this dude knew what he was doing, but he knew how to lag switch. That's the one thing he did know how to do, and screwed me out of the Super Bowl. It was a hell of a run, too. It really was. I think that would have been a pick at Super Bowl. I can't remember. But Mason, remember last time I talked to you about him? He folded, man.
Oh.
Didn't even make the playoffs. But that's what happens when you got an 81 overall card.
Okay.
Some of that stuff will happen. Fish Momentum, though, says, Deke, I got a Moats card on Ultimate Team. My Steelers Stories.
Huh?
Had to have been back when you were playing.
It's got to be an OG card. It got to be an OG card. Yeah. Because I had heard that when I was playing, but not now. I'm washed now. Yeah.
Ramiro Rodriguez. Haven't watched a minute of basketball this season. Would rather watch my boy Deke take them dubs in Mott.
Let's go.
But just wanted to thank y'all for another great show. And Deke, when you streaming again? Either tonight.
There he is.
Either tonight or tomorrow. That's when I'll be back. Should be good for 3-4 this week or something like that.
There we go.
3-4 times I'll be on. But
there we go.
Either tonight or tomorrow. Michael Brooks. He says, just got off. Missed the show, but showing love.
Hey,
thanks.
Salute, man. We appreciate you, man. From the heart.
Fish Momentum says, hey, next show, get me in, and you can meet Ambition.
Invite him to the private show, bro.
Does Ambition know any songs?
He got to know some.
Stacy's Mom.
That's what's do y'all got the playlist yet?
All Star by Smash Mouth, maybe.
You got the play. What's the list? What's the order? We know the order yet?
We play a lot of 70s. I don't know the list off the top of my head. 70s to 90s, 2000 rock, pop rock.
What's y'all go to? If they're yo, we need y'all to play right now. We don't have a song. We don't have a practice. What's y'all go to?
If I had to pick one song that we would play awesome.
Yeah.
Damn. I know I'd play it good, so I'll just say that. Flagpole Sitta. I forget it. I don't even know who the band is, but it's called Flagpole Sitta. It's a good song. I think it's Harvey Danger or something like that.
Okay.
I like that song. It's got good energy.
And what's the name of the band too, man? You never said the name, man.
I'm not doing that right now.
Oh, wow.
I'm keeping it on the low key.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought I was about to get you to slip up
I'm just going to keep it on the low key.
I thought I was about to get you right there.
Maybe at some point here, I'll cross paths with.
I felt good. I thought I had you right there, bro. I thought I was going to slip that. Hey, what's the name again? Hey, what y'all call yourself?
But I'm being serious. It is a private show. But I would. I don't know.
I'm sure it's a private show. Oh yeah, Mr. Private Show
Country
guy.
club vibes.
Yeah, I heard about what goes on in those country club private shows. They call it like the champagne room.
Just some good music. That's all.
I'm sure. It gets all the feels out there, huh? Yep. Yes, it does.
Official Momentum says, let's talk about. Here he has a collection. Says hashtag My Steelers Stories collection. He's a collection of Steelers stories.
Y'all could do a collab, bro.
And they saying, Deke, you can get a deal. Talk with Ambition.
That's what I say. What if he's narrating while Ambition is singing and you're playing? Come on, bro. Come on, man. It would almost like a jazz vibe.
It would need to be right. It would need to be one of those vibes where maybe he's talking, then it goes to an instrumental, then Ambition starts singing, then we go to a bridge. Maybe he starts talking a little bit.
Again.
Yeah, I could see it.
Like
maybe.
Kendrick Lamar, like he does it all the time on his albums, man.
Yeah, right.
Come on, bro.
Mix it up a little bit.
Hey.
Official Momentum might be a poet. Maybe he could form the stories in poem form.
Come on, man. He's probably more of a slam poetry guy, though, I think. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for the super chats.
Oh, right. And it is 6:30. Okay, so this is what we're going to do, Deke.
Okay.
Because I want to get back to our winning moments. You know, we introduced that concept, what was it, a week ago, 2 weeks ago?
Winning moments? Nah, it's got to be a month ago.
You think it was a month ago?
Yeah.
Maybe it was a month ago. Could it? I would say, because I got to remember.
Our memory's not that good, actually.
No. See, my you know what my issue is? When I be doing multiple shows, I'll be over here like, yo, we're going to do this on that show and on this show and that. And I'll be like, yo, I definitely did winning moments like a week ago. For a fact.
Okay. Yeah, not on here.
Not on here there. So we're good then. We're good. So memory kind of good, kind of. We in the ballpark, though. I remember the winning moment-ish.
Right. Don't be too hard on yourself.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. But I think I want to give the people a little bit of time today. You know what I'm saying? It's a couple calls.
Sure.
It's a couple good moments. A couple feel goods on the way out. How that sound? That sound good to the people?
Works for me.
All right. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to drop the number real quick in a Sizek. Okay? Take a couple calls. Just want to hear about your winning moments. And what are these winning moments? Anything that got you feeling good, baby. Whether it was you woke up this morning, whether you hit it big on, bet or something this weekend, man. Who knows, right? The parlay get freaky. Give me anything, though. Whatever it is. Yeah. I want to know. I want to hear from you about that, all right? So, with that being said, I got freaky bots pulling up on this daggone chat. Let me get rid of them real quick before I drop this number.
That works.
Yeah, because if they call, it's going to be real bad. Won't want that. But the number to dial to let us know about your winning moment is 412-346-6955. Once again, 412-346-6955.
Well, while we're waiting then, we'll read some official moment chats. Official momentum, I'm sorry.
I was going to say official moment.
It was close. Next live show, he says, more Welch's Insider. Hashtag White Claw Deke.
There it is. Oh, somebody's calling right now. Hello. Nice. Oh, you got it turned on. You turned
Gentlemen.
Up? You good over there? You got
What's
it
the
turned
word?
up?
What's going on?
What's the word? Yourself. What's the word, baby? How we living?
Hey, it's official momentum. Life is good.
There it is.
What's poppin', bro?
How we living, man? Talk to us. Let's hear something.
Hey, man. I'm blessed, man. You know, still working hard at this rehab on my knees and just thankful for everything that God's blessed in my life. You guys included, you know.
Nah, facts. Nah, man, we definitely appreciate that, man. Take on, man. You about to make me get all emotional up here, man. Sheesh. Let's go. And since we got you on the line, anywho, drop a story. We need to hear something too, man. I need a story for my winning moment. Give me one. Give me something good.
This will make our day.
Come on. Let me tell you what I told you at Southern Tier. Okay,
fair enough.
Deke, I don't think Deke heard this yet.
I have not.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I grew up in Swickley, you know, not too far from the Bird. I used to work as a camp counselor and a youth coordinator at the Swickley Y. One of the biggest blessings I got to do was coach Brett Keisel's son in flag football.
Let's go.
Was he good?
But it's more extraordinary than that. I got to coach him. I got to let him be on my team. We won a couple times, you know. I think it's that Keisel spirit.
Yeah.
But also, I got to coach him in basketball. And I remember walking to the gym one morning, you know, a guy in a tall trench coat, fedora, he mean business. He's walking towards me. And I'm like, I couldn't tell from the beard until he got closer. I was like, oh, that's Brett Keisel. You know, I'm like, okay, cool.
So, we're shaking hands. He's sending me condolences. At the time, my granddad passed away. So we sat there. We just had a good moment, shook hands. Now check this. As soon as our hands let go, some money dropped. Devil's advocate. I had the angel and the devil. I could have been like, okay, I just got $100 from Brett Keisel. Let's see if I can get Sid Crosby because he lives in the area too. All right. So, okay, I'm going on the angel side. I said, no, I'm not a bad guy. I was like, let me get this money back to him. So I'm playing Frogger and Swickley while these cars are going by. Wow. I'm like, hey, Brett, you dropped $100. He said, as calm as anybody would be. He said, Merry Christmas, brother. Wow. You enjoy that.
Shout out to my dog 99 right there, man. Let's go.
But I'm going to say this. My winning moment probably was meeting y'all at Southern Tier. Real talk.
Oh, come on, bro.
Dude, no. Hey, man, Brett Keisel get you $100. We just shook hands and took pics. This is way different, man. Take the 100. Take the 100. Hey. 99's a great guy. Take the 100.
Hey, man.
Nah, we appreciate it, bro.
Oh, for the facts, bro. Facts.
The best payment is being an impact in somebody's life.
No, facts.
Now, if y'all want later this week, I can give you the AB story.
All right. We'll have to do something like that then, all right?
Hey, guys. Hey, you guys have a great rest of your night. Sending prayers to y'all family. Deke, be careful with electronics, everything. I'm going to catch you on Twitch.
Hell yeah.
There it is.
Hell yeah.
There it is. Appreciate you, man.
Thanks, bro.
Yo, let's go. All right, that was straight right there.
Great call.
Yeah, that's how you start off a winning moment right there. Phone lines are open. 412-346-6955. Call it up. We need a winning moment, baby. Keep the positivity rolling.
Just to keep the super chats online.
Yes.
Official Momentum also did say before he called in, he was Pretty Ricky's lead singer. # Radio Tokyo.
In terms of ambition, right?
Yeah. Ambition.
See, there we go, man. Tell you, bro. We can get you in the booth, man.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Talk to me. Who we on the hotline with?
Yo, peace to the guys in the earth. What's going on?
What it do? How we living?
Hey, man, I'm all right, man. It's your boy, Ryan Dolan.
Yes, indeed. You already know what it is, man.
What's good, bro?
I need that winning moment, man. Talk to me. How we winning today?
Oh, man, I'm winning today, man. I knocked out my work day. I'm giving the dog a bath right now.
Let's go.
And I'm about to get dinner ready, man. So, life is good.
Man, you better turn up over there, man. What type of dog you got anyways?
Oh, I got an American Pit Bull, man.
Okay, let's get it. And what's for dinner?
Yes, sir. You got him. Not 9 years old, man. He's an old man in the game.
Oh, man, no, bad dude. Major love. Let's go. Man,
yeah.
Take care of the OG then, man. Heck yeah.
Hey, you know it.
Let's get it. Hey, you said you got dinner. You on dinner duty tonight, man. What's on the menu? What we got?
Right now, since I'm running a little behind, I think I'm gonna get Euros for the kiddos.
Okay.
And it's gonna be a Euro night tonight.
Let's go. Major respect, man. Always appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it,
All
man.
right,
My dog. Peace. Yo, that was man. Shout out to Rod Dollar right there, man.
Yeah, Rod Dollar's his man.
Yo, he said he getting it in. Washing dog. Man, got the dinner on the that's what I'm talking about, man. That's a winning moment, ladies and gentlemen. We got more action, man. We got the phone lines open, man. Call us up, 412-346-6955. Deke 169 in the number. You already know this. That's his lifestyle. Talking about, do it for Dotson. Yeah, whatever.
Oh, you know what? We're at the end of all this. Maybe we do it for the next show, but we have to say who the Steelers' first Pro Bowl season.
Bro, you're right. We totally forgot that, huh?
We were pretty in depth with the Pro Bowl changes.
We were. I was not expected to go there, but we went there, bro. It happens.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So, because the reason the reason I thought of that is you brought up Dotson. Could be a Pro Bowl season. Right? Could be a Pro Bowl season for him.
I was gonna go Miles Jack personally.
Oh no! Well, I got my list. Are we gonna do it at some point?
No, we ain't gotta do it right now. We ain't
gonna
do it right now. We'll do it another day. We'll do it another
Miles
day.
Jack, I feel like you should have revealed. I never said I was gonna pick Dotson. I had my list of players.
I figured that was going to be the case, but I figured that was the case. All right, I'm going to throw the number out one more time. After that, man, we'll be out. All right. So 412-346-6955 is the digits to dial. 412-346-6955. I had to make sure I had the settings right, man. You know, I be tripping on this thing sometimes, bro. But I want to hit these winning moments. I like winning moments, man. It makes my heart feel good. It makes me happy.
It's good to see the chat doing good.
No, absolutely, man.
And even hearing from the chat, just because, like, now we see Raw Dollars, we know a little bit of his story, too.
Absolutely.
He's got a dog.
Yeah.
Getting some dinner.
See? Boom.
Building rapport.
Taking care of the kids.
Building rapport.
Yeah.
Fisher momentum.
I like that.
Know a little bit of his backstory,
Come on,
too.
man.
Working with the YMCA.
Mm-hmm.
Meets Keisel. Apparently, Fisher momentum's a huge celebrity.
Yeah. You got Zeke Shazier. We got them all, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's see who we got on the phone right now. Talk to me. Who we on the line with? Oh, guess we're on the line with nobody right now. Sounds like he just hung up. Hi. Sounds good, though, man. I like it. But, yes, I am with you, though. So, make sure ain't nobody calling back before.
Is that it? Yeah, we leave it on that?
I'm going to give him a 10-second grace period because you know the delay.
Sure.
And then after that, we'll hit him with the quick recap and be about that thing. Were there any more supers?
Yes. Guess who it was?
Who was it?
Official Momentum.
He got another story?
He says more stories on the way. Hashtag Official Momentum. He's hashtagging himself.
That's how you know you dope. When you can hashtag yourself. Do you hashtag chilling with Deke?
No, I don't do that. I'll say Big Deke Energy, like Big Deke Investments or something like that. Usually.
I always hashtag don't cross the most.
All
right, let's see. Here we go. Hello. Talk to me. Who we on the line with, baby?
Good Dante. What's up, Moats and Deke?
Man, what's the word? How we living?
Man, coolin', man. Woke up feeling great.
Let's go, man. Talk to me, man. What's your winning moment, man? How we winning in your life today?
Man, great, man. I got a baby on the way, and
let's go.
You know, proud, ready to be a proud dad.
Let's go, man. Early congrats on that, by the way.
Yeah, man, ready for the football season so we can go to the Super Bowl.
No, facts. Need that. I like that. Let's go.
Yeah, man, I just want to take the time to tell y'all, man, y'all the best podcast, man. I watch y'all all the time, man.
Oh, man, from the heart, bro. We really appreciate that, man. Seriously.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's all, man.
Hey, man,
I'm glad I got to talk to you with y'all.
Hey, no doubt, and likewise, man. Keep winning, man. Keep winning, baby. And if you need baby names, Arthurina, Deke, Dekether, Ericather, all those are
tell
options.
Deke, and one more thing. Tell Deke I'm ready for him and Maddie.
Oh, he right here. What up, Deke?
What do you do? Do you do Ultimate Team?
Yeah, Deke, man. Yeah, I think I can take you, man.
What do you got, a God Squad?
Huh?
What type of team you rock? You got a theme team? You got a God Squad? How you roll? Who's your quarterback right now?
I got the God Squad.
Oh. Hey, listen. I think we can take on the challenge. The Steelers theme team.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
I think we can take on the challenge. Who is your quarterback right now?
Who, my quarterback?
Yeah.
Josh Allen.
Hey now.
Wow.
Hey now. That's a great selection, by the way. A great selection. I'm just throwing that out there.
I was not expecting him to say that. Yeah. I don't see too many Josh Allens.
Yeah, I like that though. I'm not being biased at all.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, all right. Thank you.
Hey, what's your name? What's your name so I can look out for you?
Dante.
Yeah, you got a username or anything? You got a username?
Yeah. It's Troy Boy 23.
Troy Boy 23. All right.
That's on what? Go. Twitch, Instagram?
Huh?
What's that on? Twitch, Instagram, Twitter?
Yeah, Instagram. I don't have a Twitter.
Okay.
All right, Deke gonna find you, man. Deke want the smoke. Let's go. Hey, appreciate you again, man. And early congrats as well. Man. All right.
Thanks, man.
Oh yeah.
There we go, man. See, that was beautiful right there, man. That's how I like these winning moments to go. You know what I'm saying? We won right there. That was a win.
I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't either. I like it though, man. He was like, "Yo, tell Deke I want all that, and I got Josh Allen." Oh.
He's just straight up too. I rock a God Squad.
You see that perked me up. I was like, "Oh, hey, God Squad, Josh Allen." Hey, now, all right.
Well, we got one more.
Okay.
Fisher Momentum says Moats and Deke are the goats. Be prepared.
Oh man, salute you. Nah, man.
Hashtag be prepared.
You, man. Don't forget the hashtag, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Now I like that, man. Well, this has been a fun show today, man. plenty to laugh about, plenty to enjoy, man, and plenty to win. So shout out to all those that are winning out there, man. Whether you called in or not, man, keep winning. If you're live, you are always winning, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So with that being said, man, we appreciate the heck out of y'all, man. Everybody that's been with us on this journey. We'll holler at y'all on Wednesday. But either way, until next time, baby.
Peace.